Three, two, one, and we are live.
This is the chess song. हाँ चस में जो ये मजा है, इसके इतने सारे रंग, सीखे खेले आजमाए, चेस बेस इंडिया के संग। थोड़ी देगी चेस थ्योरी, इन डेप्थ कमेंटरी, यहाँ कवरेज है बेमिसाल। इम्प्रूवमेंट होगी तेरी, ब्लंडर से ब्रिलियंसी, बनना चाहे तू भी तार। शतरंज का कमाल, शतरंज का कमाल, शतरंज का कमाल, शतरंज का कमाल, शतरंज का कमाल। आजा देख ले मुझे, मैं आंखें मिला लूं, ट्रैप लगा के मैं नर्वस करा दूं। तुझे क्या पता तू करेगा खता, फिर मैच की कथा को प्रथा बना दूं। टिक टाइम जा रहा है नीचे, प्रेशर तुझे मिस टेक में खींचे। गुरुजी ने इसे काबल बनाया, पीसेस के यूं खड़े कर दूंगा बगीचे। एक मिनट, बगीचे? हाँ बगीचे, अटैकिंग प्लेयर हूँ यार। ढूंढ ले, checks captures threats in this position, ढूंढ ले, हर मन में खोज ले बेस्ट डिसीजन ले। जब हो जाए सही कैलकुलेशन, इस बैटलफील्ड में यार। शतरंज का कमाल, शतरंज का कमाल, शतरंज का कमाल, शतरंज का कमाल, शतरंज का कमाल।
वेलकम everybody to the day 2 of the Olympiad. हमारा कल बहुत ही मस्त दिन गया था and आज I'm very excited but little थोड़ा सा nervous क्योंकि आज हम अजरबैजान को फेस करने वाले हैं। तो मेरे भाईजान सागर शाह, what are your thoughts on the matchup?
Oh, today is going to be so exciting, Samay, because we are going to face Shenzhen China. Okay, this is not the actual Chinese team. The actual national Chinese team is playing for the A group, but they have another team, which is the Shenzhen China. It's relatively weaker, but not to be underestimated, as they held Azerbaijan to a 3-3 draw yesterday.
Oh.
So, but they have only 1 point out of 6. So that was the only point they scored until now. So we are facing Shenzhen China. After that, we are facing Azeri team. Now, Azeri team is very interesting, Samay, because they have Mamedyarov and they have Rajabov, top 2 world-class players on the top boards. But Mamedyarov is playing in the US. St. Louis tournament is going on and he's also there. So he has to wake up early in the morning to play this. Not early, it must be like morning time. So there are a lot of things. And lastly, we are playing Belarus today. So today, logically, the first and the third matches should not be very tough for us. But Azerbaijan is going to be tough. What are your thoughts, Samay?
Same, but the thing is, since Hungary has beaten Azerbaijan and also you're saying Shenzhen China, which is an underdog team, has also held Azerbaijan to a tie. Can we have a look at who are playing? Because Azerbaijan team might not be in top form if that is the case, because there are so many underdogs players, or maybe the underdogs are playing very well. All I hope is that our team players play all. There are no blunders from our team and we win all the 3, because it's very important for us to be in the top 2 to get qualified for the next sessions, for the next knockouts.
True. And also, if you know, guys, there are 4 pools: Pool A, Pool B, Pool C, Pool D. We are in Pool B, but Pool A starts earlier than our time because China is playing there and all of that. And in that, China has already been beaten by Kazakhstan. Imagine Chinese team close to 2600 ELO average. Ding Liren hai, Wei Yi hai, Zhu Wenjun, Ho Yifan, and they have been beaten. So, ये format where there is really very little margin for error, and Indians have to be very, very careful.
Yeah. And guys, the match will begin anytime in the next 6 minutes. Sir, आपको thank you. बढ़िया.
Oh, nice. Samay has his favorite coconut water with him. And guys, you can see on your screen all the players right now. We have Bhakti Kulkarni, who is playing today for the women's board. We have Nihal Sarin. So Praggnanandhaa is taking rest. We have Adiban, as we can see. But who's the second male player who will be playing? Not known yet. It's going to be exciting.
Chat, are you experiencing a lag or what? Is it true what we are seeing in chat? Because there seems to be no lag on our end. But still, let us know if there's any lag on your end. Let's have a look at the individual players, guys. From Shenzhen, China, from the team we are facing, number 1, they have Zhen Chong. Can you help me?
Zheng Chongshen. He's a grandmaster, Samay, and he's a good player. His rating is around 2500. His opponent is Hari Krishna.
Oh,
So Hari is going to play against him. I think it can be a draw because Hari has black pieces. Then we have Yu Ruyan against Adiban. As we know, Adiban with white is going to go for the kill. So maza aega. That is going to be fun. That game. Then we have Zhao Zhu. Now Zhao Zhu is the best player in the team, I would say, because she's on 2.5 points out of 3. And if I'm not mistaken, she's also played at a very high level in women's chess. Humpy is facing her, and Humpy was not very impressive yesterday. She had 2 draws. So there we have to be careful. Then Zhu Tong, who's a WIM, is facing Bhakti Kulkarni. I do not know what thought has gone behind in the minds of the team to choose Bhakti to play. Let's say Tanya was possible, Harika was possible, but they said, okay, let's put Bhakti there. And it would be interesting to see how Bhakti does. Then we have Zhu Haowen against Nihal Sarin. Nihal Sarin favorite there. I mean, of course, he's a favorite in most of the matches. And lastly, in the girls board, we have Vishali, who was slightly, nervous yesterday. Pehla game mein she lost, but we got the point. And then she beat her opponent with a crushing attack. She's facing Lee Xinyu.
तो ऐसा मैंने देखा कि इनके टीम में कोई वो नहीं है जैसे हमारी टीम में रिजर्व्स है. They don't have any reserves. Any reason for that?
No. They have come with 6 players and they are playing with all 6. They have very limited resources for the team. And also a lot of people were asking why China has 2 teams. I believe that the reason is Shenzhen has been one of the supporters of this event. They have helped to sponsor, and that is why they have been given one more team.
That's nice. That's a good way to attract more sponsors for the next event, which is what makes the events bigger.
True. And Samay, what are your thoughts on yesterday? Like, did you feel after the stream enjoyed? How was it?
Yeah, as a commentator, I really had fun. I really enjoyed it. As a person who's rooting for the team, I just thought that, everyone's just getting in shape. Like yesterday, Vishali ji missed like a win, like she was winning, and then that happened where she blundered that. It was a very difficult tactic, but I hope that jitna zyada khelenge, utna zyada they'll be able to handle the pressure better.
Correct. Yes, that is going to be true, because right now I could also feel like from meeting the players yesterday that they were a little bit getting into the groove. They had a very serious team meeting yesterday after dinner. Usually previous days, they were always fun. Like everyone was talking to each other. Yesterday, like Vishi was there at the dining table, all the players around him. They made the plans. Then they went back. Then at late in the night, Tanya was practicing with Srinath. And, there was a lot of things that were today morning you could see on the breakfast table, all very serious. Lunch also. So, getting into the groove. All the fun element is now on a hold. It's business time.
Man, जब भी Vishi sir आते हैं ना room में, like everyone just stops and everyone's just in awe and like, is that true? Does it happen in the training room also?
he has. I have not seen him yet in the training room like when I was there, but whenever he's around, everyone is very inspired, motivated at the same time. A little bit like, okay, the GO80 is here, so we have to be a little bit careful
Yeah.
when speaking. But okay, Adiban is one of those guys who never stops trash talking. कोई भी हो, वो तो अपना मन, he speaks out his mind. So very cool. Guys, round will begin in a minute or so. As we can see, all the players have been set. I think, Samay,
Haji.
today we have 4 boards here. Humpy and Hari Krishna are not here.
Okay.
So those 2 would be empty, so we can hide them. We'll have Vishali, Nihal, Adiban and Bhakti playing from the venue.
Awesome, guys. The match should be beginning any moment right now, right? But looks like
Yes.
ऐसे एक player हमारे अभी तक नहीं आए, right? भक्ति जी नहीं आई अभी तक.
I think Bhakti is there. Vaishali right now is
अच्छा.
not to be seen, but maybe it's Amruta who's forgotten to put a camera on Vaishali.
Maybe it's Amruta who's sitting here right next to. Is it? मेरे को
Where?
2 सेकंड के लिए
Where?
लगा.
No.
No.
Amruta would
ऐसे
say.
मेरे को लगा. But yeah, so how is the atmosphere entirely? मतलब after the match yesterday, you said they all practiced in the morning. How was the
They all-
atmosphere today?
It was like quite serious overall, and also people are very happy that the internet and all has held on pretty well. Yesterday there were no issues related to the internet, so that's the reason why I think everyone's at a little bit of peace.
Sagar bhai, the match has begun.
Wow. Okay, let's go.
One camera that's still missing.
I will fix it.
All right, guys, the match has begun. I'm just looking at Hari Krishna's game. Actually, all the games have begun.
Yeah. 1 second. Okay, so should we start with Hari Krishna?
Yes, please.
Okay, let's go here. Hari Krishna is playing against Chen Zongshan. D4, knight f6, c4, e6, and knight to c3. Samay, now Nimzo Indian on the board, because at queen c2 variation. This is supposed to be very positional system. Queen on c2 defends the knight, and always the problem that white faces is that his king side pieces are undeveloped. Knight g1, bishop f1. So in that sense, castles has been played by Hari.
Oh, now do you take on the? Yeah, you do. Okay.
वैशाली पे कैमरा नहीं है. Okay.
क्या हो गया वैशाली जी का कैमरा?
No, she forgot to put it there.
I have put it there.
Oh, she has now?
Must have got disconnected.
Huh?
I had put the camera.
But है नहीं, अपने जूम में नहीं दिख रही है वैशाली जी.
I don't know what the problem is.
Okay.
But I had put the camera.
Acha. Okay, fine. Okay, so take on c3, queen c3, and Samay, you can see that white now has the bishop pair advantage. But what does black have in return for that?
Bishop, no bishop pair.
That is true. And what is the advantage he has?
The advantage we have here is development.
Yes, exactly. And so b6, and now knight to f3. Now there are 2 moves, bishop a6 or bishop b7. Let's see what Hari Krishna chooses in this position. He plays bishop to b7, very calm, e3. And the idea is that after d6, knight b d7, you put your pawn on c5, rook c8, and start to put slight pressure on d7. On the c4 pawn, but he's gone directly d5. Okay, interesting. Let's go to the next game. Shall we, to Adiban's game?
Yes, please.
Adiban played b3. Wow. I didn't think that Adiban would try b3 in this tournament, but Adiban is like, well,
what better place to sell it? What better place to sell your course
than to play it here itself? Yeah, b3, d5, e5, bishop b2, knight c6, c4. And this is what Adiban has recommended. He sees that the main move is e3. in this position, but instead c4 is what he has recommended. G6, e3, bishop g7, knight to f3, ng7, and pawn to d4. So Adiban has got his center control. ed4, knight takes d4, castles, knight to c6, attacking the queen. He takes back with the knight. Adiban exchanges on g7, king takes g7, knight to c3, d6. And in this structure, Samay, the white has a small space advantage because the pawn on c4 is very well placed overall, and pawn on d6 is slightly backward, so white has more space. Bishop e2, bishop e6, castles, and f5 was played
F5.
here. Yeah, queen d2 and queen to f6 in the position.
And F4 now.
Wow. So Adiban said to himself on the previous move, if you take back f4, if I play e4 in this position, then my opponent will play f4. And that's the reason why I'm going f4. And now rook a d8 has been played.
And now you're saying E4.
Yes, I think e4 would be a very good move. Amruta, hello.
Hi.
Hello, Amruta ji. Welcome to the commentary section. We are currently watching Adiban's game against Ruyan Yu, and he doesn't play. He plays bishop f3. Let's see what the problem with e4 was, Sagar.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, in the last move,
And he has played b3, right?
yes,
First
he
move?
played
It's
b3.
amazing.
Instead of this, if he had played e4, then I think queen d4 check would have been the issue. And after takes, knight takes d4, it seems like black is doing pretty fine. So Adiban first gets his bishop to f3. Next, maybe he will get rook a d1, and then eventually prepare e4.
Awesome. So, all right, since Adiban has played 1b3, I'm sure he knows what he's doing. So, very happy on this board that I think Adiban to jeet jayega. Jab bhi wo 1b3 khelta hai, he's very, very confident about all the lines.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's go to Humpy's game. Humpy with white has black has played e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, bishop c5. And this, I would say, is the critical game of the match, because here Zhao Zhu is a very, very strong player.
Exactly.
Zhu Zhao, sorry. Knight f6, c3, d6, knight bd2, a6, a4, h6.
Is she going to go for g5 idea?
Maybe knight f1, but she castles. She doesn't
Okay.
go for anything flashy. Bishop e3 takes, knight e3, bishop to e6. So we have a very symmetrical structure on the board. And if white takes, bishop takes e6, we go fe6. And then there is a move queen b3, trying to put pressure on b7 and e6. But a very good idea then is to play queen d7, defending the pawn. And Samay, after queen takes b7, what do you play here?
Knight a5. Oh, no, wait.
No, queen b4.
Oh, then rook b8. Perhaps the queen.
Rook f
F-
b8.
f8.
Yes, absolutely. So
How do you see all of this, Sagar, in such a short duration?
this is well known. Yeah, he's taken on e6. Now
Typical.
queen b3, queen d7 has been played, in some games.
But also the one of the main thing is pawn structure is changing here, and black's usual idea is to go knight h5 and knight f4, and on f5 there
Oh,
is
he's
a lot
played
of
queen
pressure.
Played queen b3.
It is happening.
Yeah, now queen d7. Of course, Humpy will play it. Or she may go queen c8, but queen c8 is slightly passive.
Yeah.
Queen c8 protects both, but is not as active, you're saying.
Correct. Queen d7 just connects the rooks. Okay, let's see quickly what's up with Bhakti.
Mhm.
Anish Giri has tweeted, when you try to watch some serious chess and get those annoying chessable ads instead, after looking at Adiban's game. Thank you, AG. And already AD is a little better. All right, let's see the next game, Sagar bhai.
Yeah, let's see Bhakti's game against Tong Zhu. d4 is Bhakti's favorite move, c4, d5, and she's gone bishop g5. Now, putting the bishop on g5 is more like, asking black, ki agar tum knight f6, if you play, I will take it. So right now, she played knight f6 and Bhakti took it. This is now turned into a Trompowski.
Exactly. But wo bishop g5 first, when you develop, does it make any difference or not?
No,
really?
it's same. It's transposed now.
Okay.
e3, bishop d6, bd3, bishop e6. Actually, one of the main moves in that position is c4. But instead of c4, she went bishop d3, bishop e6, knight d2, c5. Oh, black only said ki I'll play c5. So usually, Samay, what happens is that in such positions, black goes very solid with c6 and white goes c4.
Okay.
But here black said, I don't care about my structure. So what if I have an isolated d5 pawn? I will open up the position for my bishops. So Bhakti took, bishop takes, and now c3. Bhakti is like, what, d5 pawn is in jail now. I have blocked the pawns with both my e3 and c3 pawn. It can move no further. Knight c6, knight to f3, castles, castles, knight to e5, and now she drops it back to e2. Knight c4, queen c2, and this is the position on the board. I like white's position quite a bit here.
Yeah, just a question that the bishop belongs to that h7 diagonal, right? b1 h7. So
No,
what
I
do
think
you
here
think
what
about it?
Bhakti is going to do is she's going to put a rook on d1 and put pressure on the d5 pawn. At the same time, if black cannot drum up some play, she will be worse in the position. So white is slowly going to build up pressure with rook d1.
Ah, okay. So the whole idea is d5 point.
Correct.
Basically.
Correct.
Samay Raja, so he would have tried to attack on the king side.
I really like the fact that she gave up the bishop advantage on third move only. She was like, I don't need this. And that's what's going to lead her to win this one. I'm telling you.
You know, Samay, always when you give something, you get something. If she wouldn't have gotten anything,
you give up the bishop pair, you get mental peace. You
here
don't have
she's
bishop
also got good pawn structure.
Yeah, for sure. But it's a very nice opening then, because शुरुआत में opponent के double हो गए pawn.
I think if you want to play this, you can definitely try it out. d4, knight f6 and bishop g5. And then take on f6. Give up the bishop pair, double your opponent's pawns.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to Nihal Sarin's game because Nihal Sarin is playing against Zhu Howard.
Yeah, and it took a bit of time to set up his, things over there.
With Nihal, huh?
Yeah, because the Zoom was not getting muted. So
you know what my worry is? I hope everything is fine with Vishali's camera because yesterday we got a point for opponent's one camera not being on, right?
Yes. No, Vaishali's official camera seems to be working fine. Okay. And we can also see her in player 6 camera there playing on the far end. So she is there. She's playing. But I think there is no camera to put there.
I have blundered. I remember now.
You didn't put a camera.
No,
there.
I put a camera. I set it up. And then after that, after setting up other cameras, I thought, why is this camera in between here? So I just, set it up on another board.
Nice. Guys, blunders can happen even like this, not just on the chess board. So it's...
Yeah.
I've done my best to get Vishali ji's camera done.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. Arre, Samay.
Amazing.
All right.
Okay.
Let's go. Nihal's game. d4, knight f6, c4. The queen's gambit declined again.
e6, knight to f3, d5, g3, h6 by Nihal. If you remember yesterday, Nils Grandelius played a6 and h6 in that game.
Without developing his pieces, right?
Against Hari Krishna. So here h6, bishop g2, bishop d6. In a way, Nihal says that, look, I have stopped bg5, right? So if bishop g5 is not coming, why should I put my bishop on e7? I might as well put it a little more active on d6. Castles, knight to
White
c3.
Can go c5.
Yes, c5, bishop e7.
And good, no?
Yeah, it's possible.
Okay.
Possible to play that way. But look at Nihal's last move, knight to c6. This is going against all normal principles, which is like, we talk about put your pawn on c6 or c5. Don't develop your knight above your pawn on c7. But Nihal is like, I'm not going to follow all those principles. b3. And now, Samay, with both these pieces on d6 and c6, what is the most natural break that you are looking at for black?
I would just want to take this c4 pawn. They'll take back with c4. I'll move my bishop and attack this pawn twice, d4 ka pawn.
No, actually, after he took, he played the move e5.
Oh, e5.
Yes, and now the knight on c6 and bishop on d6 both look very well positioned.
Exactly. It somehow gives a feeling of reverse Jobava system. From white, you play d4, knight c3.
Correct. True. Bishop b2.
Now go e4.
Well, he first went rook e8 because if you go e4, there would have been maybe knight d2.
Okay, it's a little early.
Yeah, he first played here. Now knight to b5 by Howard Zhu. And now,
Now
Nihal.
E4?
Yes, e4
But
definitely is now possible.
do you want to give that bishop on d6 after e4?
Yeah.
d6, ef3,
Yeah.
knight e8. What is the variation leading to after e4?
So let's say e4, knight d6, e takes f3, knight takes
D6.
e8.
D6 you mean?
Knight takes d6.
Then e takes f3 हमारा.
E takes f3.
And then he plays knight
F takes
e8.
g2, knight takes f6, check.
A lot
Queen
of
takes
captures
f6 and
going
king
on.
g2. White would be an exchange up.
After knight d2.
So did you get that?
Yeah, after knight d2 d5,
No,
right?
after e4
Yeah.
was played, knight d6, go e takes f3.
Okay, e
not
takes
knight
f3.
d2.
Oh, not c takes d6. Okay.
So e takes f3 and then knight e8, f takes g2, knight f6, queen f6 and king g2. White is better here because white has an extra exchange.
Oh.
Right. Okay. So e4 is definitely the move that Nihal would be thinking about, but he's taking his time. His opponent is down to 7 minutes 42 seconds. Nihal has 9 minutes 50.
Sagar
Can
bhai,
we have a look at? Yeah.
after e4, knight takes d6. If we take back this one only, like d6, now we are
That's-
also attacking the knight, right? So once the knight moves,
That's what he's done. He's
Oh,
played
yes.
e4, and if you take on d6, Nihal is going to take c takes d6 for sure.
score.
You know,
Chat, अभी तक कुछ decisive हुआ नहीं है, so there is no score yet. This is the first match, but I anyway put the thing for people who are joining next. You.
okay, fine. Let's look at Vaishali's game quickly. And Vaishali.
Oh, it is so crazy. Sicilian knight up or what?
How does
Which one?
Vaishali get such positions? Like, she's really one of those players who creates a mess on the board right at the very beginning. So e4, c5, and we have a Sicilian Najdorf with move a6, fifth move a6, rook. Rook g1.
Oh, rook g1. De naya g1.
Yeah, exactly. Rook g1 is
Wow.
one of those lines where you just move the rook on the side. Your plan is g4, g5.
It almost looks like a mouse slip.
Absolutely.
e5.
e5, knight to b3, bishop e6,
Now g4,
g4.
d5 is one of the lines. She didn't go for that. h6.
h6, bishop e3, knight bd7, h4, knight to b6. She went g5.
Yeah, then it's great for white.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
If
and,
she gets g6, this is going to be finished.
and opponent played f5. Vaishali took queen f3, and Vaishali has a brilliant position because she's attacking the bishop. She's attacking the pawn on b7. She's also threatening long castle.
And if the bishop moves somewhere else other than e6,
Oh, wait.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
Bishop takes c2, and Samay, would you play queen takes b7 or rook c1?
Why I would just go queen f7 mate ना
Oh,
यार ये कैसा
man.
सवाल है सागर भाई क्या बात कर रहे हो सागर भाई
So Samay, in spite of handling OBS and all, is still thinking about the moves here. He's definitely in the zone.
He's not having blind faith on you.
Okay, so
Basically.
let's have a roundup. Right now, we've seen all 6 games.
But I want to mention one thing that Vaishali has tricked her opponent here. A very good opening choice, and this is clearly winning. Oh, queen f6
Oh, man.
is lost. It's lost. That's
why
what the
but
bar
what is the
says.
move
No, it's over. It's over. Just
bishop g5 or
No,
what?
no. Let's think about here, Samay. What would you do here? Because it's just 2 moves and over.
2 moves.
Yeah.
wait a second if I take and go queen b7
Over.
oh,
Over.
it's one of them is dying for sure
He's
wow
winning a piece.
chat agar ye takes and you go queen takes now you can't protect both wow this is such an early victory for us
There is one
Yeah.
defense, which is queen d8 back after bishop b6, knight b6, and you play queen takes b7.
Right. But we'll ask the chat. What happens?
Queen
d8
What
but
happens?
queen
but
d8
chaliye.
पे again
Ah,
One second.
अरे ये तो दिख जाएगा यार
हाँ, ये तो है.
yeah.
guys the
queen
correct move that is queen
f7.
e7 checkmate
Yeah.
Okay, so that's working out well for
So
Vaishali.
G6 you cannot allow like this. So that's why Vaishal is winning. Okay, let's go to Nihal.
Let's have a roundup.
yeah.
Okay, let's go to Hari Krishna's game. Hari has played the opening very well. If you see, we had spoken about Black having a small lead in development, and it still is there because the bishop on c1 is undeveloped. After here, knight takes c5. It seems like Hari Krishna would have a completely fine position. There is one small thing to note here, that after knight takes c5, if white plays b4 in the position, then you could play knight fe4, attacking the queen.
Queen c2, let's
Queen
say. That's
c2.
a blunder.
And now bishop b3. So somehow tactically you are able to win here. So it's not possible for white to get the material. Okay, so Hari equal, good for black.
But I believe that Hari is slowly positionally going to beat him.
I agree with you.
Because of that b3 square
Yes.
weakness.
Okay, let's go to Adiban's game. After, if you see the position, Adiban's bishop is like a boss. Oh, knight, can you make the arrows for the knight,
Yes,
Samay, on b7, c6, f7, e6? The bishop looks at all the 4 squares.
Yeah.
So knight on d8 is like that.
So that bishop is like Adiban. You mean like a person means Adiban? मतलब वो bishop का नाम Adiban है.
No, the bishop is like that person who has full control over the other person's life. I won't.
Domination, basically, right?
Yes, basically complete domination in the position. So bishop d5 is a beautiful piece. So Adiban is positionally very, very strong. And he's better. So we can say 1 point here, half in Hari Krishna's game, which could also become a full point. Let's go to Humpy's game. And Humpy in her game is definitely facing some pressure, because in spite of getting the move d5, if you see, her e5 pawn is a small weakness.
Yeah.
And Zhao Zhu is putting pressure on that e5 pawn. She is going to now maybe at the right time take on d5, maybe push e4. There are push d4. There are many ideas in the position. So Humpy in some trouble here, we can say. But she's played b5, normal chess.
Now what do you do? Rook b5 you can take, or a b5?
I think rook b5,
no? Attacking the queen.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, she takes with the a pawn. Because now her pawn structure is more together. With rook b5, a6 would have become a weakness, but b2 was also weak. But now with a b5.
So no, I like her ideas where she can get b4 and, maybe bc3, get the rook activity.
Possible, but now I think knight g4 is a good move. Knight g4, knight takes g4, hg4, and then knight on f3 putting pressure on e5, rook on e1 also putting pressure on e5.
Yeah,
I think Humpy is under defense right now.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to Bhakti's game. And Bhakti, I think...
pawn up in opposite colored
she's pawn
bishop.
up. That's what I was thinking. I was like, this position काफी equal lag raha hai. It looks very equalish, but Bhakti has an extra pawn.
But it's not going to be easy to convert this, I would say. But the 7th rank is very weak, so it should not be tough.
Chat is saying that Humpy's internet is slightly low. If possible, guys, she is not here in Chennai. So it could be that there could be some issues.
And by the way, can we go to Vaishali's game very quickly?
Oh, Vaishali's opponent
because we are
has
going to
played
see
d5.
a beautiful end. And also look at the time difference. Vaishali is having 10 minutes, whereas her opponent is having only 1 minute 32 seconds.
True. By the way, there is a very nice combination here. Oh, she takes. And now, Samay, a question to you. After knight takes d5, what do you do?
Resign.
Oh!
Same time.
What timing, man. Samay, timing OP.
Oh, bhai.
So, first point has
1
come
point,
in.
guys. Beauty,
Well
India, OP,
done,
guys.
Vishali.
Please, let's have some
What a
Indian
beautiful
flags in the chat, because we have done such a great job on board Vaishali board. And only in 18 moves, by the way. Huh? Only in 18 moves.
Arey, Vaishali,
Wow.
amazing game. And if knight takes, just to show our viewers how to it finishes, if knight takes d5, queen takes a8, queen d8, queen takes d8, king takes d8, and now long castle. The bishop, the knight is pinned, and c4 is coming up, and you win the piece. So that means India 1-0 up. And also we missed seeing Nihal's game. Let's quickly check what he's up to.
Oh, after e4, can we check the moves? What happened?
Yes, let's go to move number 11. After e4, Howard played knight e5. Nihal said to the knight on a6 to b5 ki by move. So knight takes c6, b takes c6, knight takes d6, C takes D6. You see how both the pawns B and C changed positions to D and C files. D5, C5, Queen C2, Bishop F5, Queen C3, Rook B8, and E3. So although white has the bishop pair, black has really good space because of the E4 pawn, and the bishop on G2 is closed.
Correct.
So I would definitely say Nihal has a comfortable position here, but the position is still...
I see this converting into a, what to say? I see this converting into rook endgame, like Queen D7, you go bishop H3 at some point, the bishop light square bishop will get exchanged, and black will try to maneuver his knight to E5, where the white bishop will capture it.
No, you're absolutely right that Queen D7, bishop H3 is a plan here. So, but Nihal is comfortable.
Do you think instead he can directly go knight D7 and knight E5 with the idea knight D3?
There's a
Oh, wow,
look
wow.
at his expression. What a trick. Well done. Well done.
No, I didn't know that after knight D7 there's a mate in one.
1800. Knight D7, Queen G7 would be a beautiful, brutal checkmate. So he plays Queen D7 with this idea that Amruta just mentioned to go Bishop H3. Can we quickly go to Hari Krishna's game, because there the game is heating up. The bishop has come to E5.
Hari is better, as we had predicted.
Yes, actually. But you know, Amruta, he's an exchange up. I don't know.
How did it happen after B4?
After B4 actually happened in the game, the variation which we had seen on move number 14, B4, knight F4, queen went to E1, knight to B3, and here the bishop, the rook on A1 is trapped, Samay, because if wherever he goes, knight C3 is coming in with a fork. So that's the reason why he had to give up the piece. Knight A1, bishop A1, and there we have Hari Krishna already winning. So Vishali has won, Hari Krishna is already winning, Bhakti has a risk-free edge, Adiban has a risk-free edge. I think India is going to dominate.
Also, look at the time. Hari's opponent is having only 14 seconds.
Oh
my God.
So basically, with
Hari has 7.5 minutes.
That is too much.
Yeah, I mean,
clean finish. So it's the second game that Hari has been winning.
I know.
Completely clean is winner.
Yesterday when Hari came on the stream, he was in such good mood. You know, ekdam khush tha. He looked very happy. He seems very relaxed, and I think that's great news for India, because Hari Krishna is in tremendous form. Okay, right now, so simple exchange up over here. So let's go now quickly to Humpy's game, because Humpy was the one under pressure there, and she still is under pressure, because you will see that she has too many weaknesses. The D4 pawn is slightly weak, C7 is weak, B5 is weak, E6 is, everything there not going her way.
The only thing is white has this F2 weakness on the F file, and that's close to the king. So maybe something.
If she can somehow get rid of that knight on F3, that would make it happen. Also, Adiban, who had a very plus position, has managed to convert it even better now. He pushes his pawn to F5 and he's telling his opponent that I'm coming for your king. Rook F8 has been just played.
So can you take on D6?
Yeah, why not? Rook D6 definitely looks like a plan, but I think Adiban would also be thinking about G4. Just let's aage badhte. G4. If G takes F5, risky. Then Queen G5 check is incoming.
Or
Queen takes F6 is hanging.
Can you go F6?
F6, but there is Queen on A1. This Queen on A1. So actually, Amruta, G4 also creates the threat of F6, because F6, Rook F6, Queen F6, and then you go G5.
But then there is Queen E5.
There is Queen E5.
Oh, there's Queen E5 check also. Wow.
Correct. But G4.
Check kar diya. Check, takes, queen takes ke baad we were thinking of G5, which actually forks these, but then we have Queen E5 check. Yesterday we saw Tanya Sajdevji missed one attack. When you attack the king or attack the queen, when there's a fork, then you have to first defend your thing and then you lose that double attack. This is a very common trap in which I also fall. Like I think he fork ho gaya, but then a check comes or a attack comes on a very significant piece like the queen, and then I have to move my king or the queen first.
It's like intermediate move.
Yeah.
It's like someone who's won Comicstan and is trying to become one of the best comedians in the country. Suddenly pandemic strikes and that's the intermediate move.
Okay, got it. Kal I think Tanya ji ने एक miss किया था ना, where she gave the knight h2 sack and then
Yeah,
after
knight
king
at
takes.
7.
Yeah,
Knight at 7
that was
and
again an intermittent.
that was an intermediate move that she missed. By the
Oh,
way,
he plays G4?
he went G4. He went G4.
Wow.
Adiban.
Just a beast.
Yeah, he's in great form. He's in great form. Also, Nihal Sarin's game, if we go very quickly, he's put his knight on h7. Today, all Indians are ahead on time. Nihal has like 4 minutes more, and very good move by Howard. He stopped Nihal's knight g5. He's played his pawn to h4. Good move by black, and Nihal is like bishop f3. वो निकालो वो bishop को वहां से, because I need to attack.
No, he's okay to take with the pawn. Like wo e4 ka pawn, you felt like it's so strong.
Yes, but Amruta, once the pawn comes to f3, the queen then moves to h3. The light squares become very weak. So good play by Nihal right now, and let's see how Howard continues.
20 seconds for Howard.
man.
We have to stay at this game.
Okay, let's stay there. But also
We stay there, Sagar. It's a very interesting point.
Okay, he's played queen c3. He's threatening mate in 1.
Guys, big result incoming has already come. In fact, Hare Krishna has won this game, so that is 2-0 for Team India.
Wow, Hari actually with his last move attacked the bishop on b2, and with actually won on time. Samay.
Yeah.
Oh,
He won on time because his opponent said abhi bahut ho gaya, I cannot find. So are we on Nihal's game?
yes.
Oh, Nihal
He went
blocks
back
the
knight
mate.
f6. Again,
Nihal-
13 seconds. Do you think Nihal will win on time with this guy?
I'm actually very surprised that these Chinese players are taking so much time. You know, like they are usually pretty quick.
Maybe some extra pressure there.
Yeah, now queen f5. Nihal is going to go knight g4, queen f5. He's going to have that mass of pieces on the king side, and then all of a sudden, at some point, rook takes b2 sack will come in. Just taking there. Okay, so Nihal clearly is pushing here. Meanwhile,
Yes.
Adiban there, his opponent's knight has got to g8. Very, very passive with all these pawns coming at the king.
Knight is totally regretting, yeah? Where did I go wrong in my life?
Yeah, he's so passive there. I like Adiban's position for now. What about Bhakti? Because Bhakti's opponent has just played a rook to h8, and Bhakti still has that extra pawn. Now, one of the things that Bhakti has to do carefully here is not to give counterplay to her opponent, because her king is in small trouble. You know, like king g3 pe agar bishop, imagine a bishop comes to h4. Black bishop, it is checkmate, like king h2, bishop f2 checkmate.
आएगा कैसे वो वहां तक?
हाँ, matlab, just to keep in mind. That
Yeah,
shouldn't
it's a
happen.
pattern.
Okay, now Bhakti may push her pawn to c5 and play c6, get a passer. But okay,
Once
Bhakti,
she gets the rook on 6th rank, then it is over, I believe.
oh, nice
but
move by her
bishop
opponent.
endgame-
Should
bishop
we
endgame
exchange?
would be a
Should we
draw.
exchange the rook?
No, she
not at
avoids,
all.
because that would be a draw. One pawn is not enough advantage in opposite color bishop endgames. But with the rook on the board, there are good chances to create some penetrate inside the position. So rook
Yeah.
d8.
Nihal's
Plus-
opponent has only 7 seconds.
Okay, let's go there. Queen e2. I like the fact that Nihal has managed to exchange that bishop on g2. The king looks a bit lonely.
The only thing is you can't go knight e5 yet, because after bishop takes c5, you don't.
Yeah,
want to
of
exchange
course. No, I
that,
don't want to
right?
play knight e5 right
Yeah.
now. I want to play queen f5. I want to just be there in that position. Maybe rook b7 is a good idea, Amruta. Rook b7, rook b8, double on the b file, put pressure on that bishop on b2.
Guys, Humpy has only 12 seconds. But
Yeah, this is one of the
equal position.
games.
It has become complicated. Like she was in trouble, but now I see that she has a lot of tricks there. with her-
Humpy ne bola, if I have weaknesses, you also have it. So I'm attacking your pawn on d3. If you play rook takes c7 here as white, then knight takes d3 is coming. Will Humpy manage to outwit her opponent? But if you see, Samay, if there's one player who has not really warmed up to this format yet from India, I think Humpy is definitely facing some difficulties with regards to her time, with regards to, playing her moves quickly. She is a class act. She's one of the best in the world, but online chess is something that she has not specialized in. Also, guys, remember, Humpy has been selected for the candidates tournament in women. So she's going to fight for the highest title very soon. So online play is maybe not where her focus is, but right now, what does white do?
I think it's a difficult situation. You can't go rook d2. It will be very passive, right? So rook c7 is the move.
Rook c7 looks
Finally, you
like,
have
yeah,
to go for it.
Rook c7 definitely looks like a possible
Knight,
idea.
and after knight d3, Humpy gets a very good counterplay. So
Hmm.
somehow I think Humpy position-wise will strike back, but time-wise, yes. If our internet is also a little bit,
But what after queen g, like now queen g6?
Oh, queen g. Oh, she plays rook c7, knight d3. Oh, you are saying queen g6. You want to checkmate, huh?
Yeah, on
Samay?
g7.
I have to go back. She
Queen
goes there.
f8?
Oh, queen c1.
It's a
नहीं,
blunder.
rook
It's a
है
blunder.
ना, rook c7
Oh,
पे है
queen
ना.
Bye, bye,
c7.
bye.
Queen c1 was
Double
hanging.
rook.
Queen c1 was hanging because
Ah.
takes, rook takes, and knight takes.
Oh my God. Samay had the same question, and actually Zhao Zhu played it. Oh, and Humpy would have been really better because their two rooks would have been, and the deep on passer
Yeah.
mainly. But okay, rook
So now
a1.
rook a7 is a strong threat for white.
Huge problems for Humpy because low on time. Also, rooks on 7th heaven, guys. Knight takes c5, f takes e5, and now very important move before you go rook a7. King f1, d3, king e1. Bring the king there, and then once the king blocks the d pawn, then enter with the rook.
If you go directly rook a7, then d3 is the problem, yeah?
Yes, maybe d3, d2 could be an issue. Okay, so Humpy in some trouble. Let's go to Adhiban's game. Adhiban has just now managed to win a rook, complete rook. h6 aaya on move number 38. And
And it resigns, guys. That is 3-0 for Team India. We just need half a point to win this entire match.
Yeah,
This is happening very quickly, right?
absolutely.
This round?
This maybe 6-0. And guys, if we are able to score more points, game points, if the match points are tied,
and
let's go
Nihal
to
is
Nihal's
winning.
game. Let's go to
Nihal
Nihal's
is
game.
winning, clearly
Look at
winning.
Nihal's knight. Has jumped from here and there and here and there and has now moved to d2, forking the two rooks. Queen d1. Oh, he's not even going for the rook. He's
This
like
mate, this
queen
is just a
s3.
mate. And there you go, guys. 4-0.
Nihal wins
4-0. Beauty.
Wow, India OP, guys. This
And
is
now,
too good.
Let's go to oh, look at this. Look at Bhakti's game. Bhakti has given up her bishop and she has now 3 pawns for the bishop.
And look at her opponent's time.
16 seconds. King f3. She has to play. Yes, she goes king f3. Now g4 check. Push the king. Now king e4. Let's
Now
go up.
Beauty, guys. 5-0 incoming.
Oh, and if Humpy manages to, save herself, we might see a 5.5 half result. G5. Look at those pawns, guys. Bishop is torn between that pawn on c6 and the king side pawn. It's called pants. Pants मतलब वो जो दो direction में जाते हैं ना, like both the pants. That's how these pawns are. The bishop cannot stop both the pawns there.
So
King e7. Let's go king d5.
Oh, okay. So can king stop 1 pawn and bishop stop 2 pawns or something like that?
No, nothing is possible here because black king can stop the 2 king side pawns, but he will be busy there. Then the white king will go and win the bishop and then come back. So एक pawn के लिए he will go from c5, b5, a6, b7 like that. See, king c5,
like
b5,
that.
a6, b7, and then these 2 pawns cannot be touched.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, by the way,
I've been still thinking
King
bishop
b6
pawns
and
are like the
c7 now?
pants.
yes, king b6 completely winning.
Dosto, do like the stream. There are 20,000 people and we have only 5,000 likes. Let's spread a word about this event by making the algorithm send it to more people. So do like the stream. It won't take any much effort. So please kar dijiyega.
Yes, guys, please do it. And today we have Azerbaijan match coming up, which is going to be a cracker of an encounter with Rajabov, Mamedyarov taking on our biggies. I'm sure Vishi Anand will be back on the board. We don't know. Maybe Vidit will be back. We'll see. By the way, let's go to Humpy's game because it seems like in
We
this
have won this game.
Oh, yes.
Bhakti
has
wins
won.
5th win incoming.
Amazing. Bhakti has won her game, guys. You can see her very happy and pleased there. Actually, with the mask, we can't see much of the expressions of the players, but let's go to Humpy's game. King g7. Humpy on the defensive. Guys, 5-0 already, but I think it's going to be 5-1. Amruta, do you think Humpy can hold this?
Yeah, if the opponent can make a mistake yet with 20 seconds, that's the point.
You see, Samay, very smartly, white has kept the pawn on b6. You know, the reason for keeping the pawn is that later on the king would want to come from f2, e2, d3, c4, b5, a6, matlab, and it needs a shelter from the checks.
Yeah, and black king cannot move to f7 or g6, right?
Correct.
With
Right now, it
b7.
has to stay on g7. That's what Humpy will do. She'll bring her king back. She'll
Samay,
play.
so the trap is if she goes king f7, then white gets.
Not now,
Not
but he has
now,
to play
no?
b7.
b7 के बाद ही है वो.
We can make that move right now.
Oh,
Let's
if-
say, Samay, if now b7.
सागर भाई, तो सॉरी चैट, मुझे पता नहीं कि आफ्टर b7 क्या होगा, बट कुछ तो है भाई. We have... Yeah. Sagar भाई, you're back.
Hi, yeah, sorry.
Ah,
Can
you're
you hear
saying-
me?
What was the trap?
If now b7 on move number 52,
b7.
then king f7 is met with
King f7 is met with rook. No, wait. f7 with rook h8.
yes, exactly.
And now if
that's
rook takes, then we have rook h7.
correct. So king has to remain on g7 and h7.
Oh, but white king has entered d6. Now it is impossible, yeah?
Yeah, the king has come on d6 here. But Amruta,
Huh?
the pawn has come to b7, so
Oh,
there is
that
no
also
shelter.
difference. No, king e6 he will stay on. But then what? If he keeps his king on e6, then what? How
But
do you
king-
progress?
Yeah. I mean, how does white progress?
That's what.
Oh, rook e7. Oh, nice. That's a loss now.
King pawn
Wow.
endgame. She knew the technique.
She
Okay.
has done it now. Out beautiful game by Zhao Zhu. We have to give
Yeah.
the credit to the opponent where it's due.
100%.
She has played well and has deservedly beaten Humpy.
So what I'll do is I'll set up that camera.
Sure.
And
Thank you.
Alright, this match ऐसा लग रहा है कि हार रहे हैं हम लोग ये, but the good news is that हम लोग against Shenzhen China we have won. So अपना leaderboard पे हम लोग अभी कहाँ हैं? Second ही होंगे, right?
We will check what happened with Hungary because it's an important match. Hungary was playing Egypt, and Hungary just about managed it.
Managed it.
Hungary, yeah, they won 3.5, 2.5, but Egypt was very close to causing an upset there. So Hungary still in the lead with 8 out of 8 match points. India on 7 out of 8, and yeah, that's the thing out there.
And top 2 teams get qualified, guys. So third कितने पे है? What is the difference between the third position and us?
Right now, on number 3, we are 1 point ahead than them. And Samay, today Rajabov played the first round. Right now, he's playing against Belarus. So it means that Raja might play against India as well. And it could well be Rajabov versus Vidit Gujarati.
Maybe. True. Right now we are seeing an opposition endgame, guys, where white is having the opposition flanking and now will push e5, e6, e7. There's no stopping it. And there Humpy Ji resigns the game. And with 5-1, India has beaten Shenzhen China.
Yeah. Well, it was, a dominating performance, I feel, Samay, because on first board, Hari Krishna right out of the opening got a great game. Adiba never gave opponent even a single bit of chance. So 2 points there.
Right from move number 1, guys.
And Nihal, somehow something about Nihal always tells us that he will manage. Like, पता नहीं यार, वो एक feeling रहता है ना that ये ऐसा दोस्त है, he's that friend who will somehow make it always and do things for you. That is the feeling we get when Nihal is on the board, and he managed to win. Bakti from the opening played this bishop takes f6 Trompowski, got rid of her bishops, spoiled the structure of her opponent, and won with a good endgame display. And she's on 2 out of 2. Remember, Bakti has not lost or drawn a single game.
Wow.
And
that's good form.
also, and lastly, Vishali, she's in killer form now. Yeah, she lost her first game, which also she didn't lose. because she was given the win later because of the technical issues faced by her opponent. And so right now, Vishali is on 3 out of 3 in this tournament.
Amazing, guys. But up next, we have a very, very strong opponent to face, which is Azerbaijan. And here is their team: Rajabao Taimur, Mamaderao, Shakriya. They're both very, very strong grandmasters. We've all seen them, of course. And it's not going to be
Samay,
easy, but I hope that our team pulls a victory.
can we close the cameras
Yeah, why not?
like for some time,
Sure.
players, so that they can sit and
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, so here right now we have a super chat by Travel with Nikhil Roshan. 20,000 people watching, only 7.6 likes. Bahut Safi hai. Like the stream, guys, and let us take it to 10k at least. Satyajit Jairam says, Sagar bhai, what is the difference between Shenzhen China and China in world of chess? Why do they play two teams? Yeah, we just said that. It's actually China is the main team. Shenzhen just has got another team here to play with in this event. It's not like they usually have this team in all other events. So it's clearly there's a huge difference. Shenzhen China's rating average is close to 2300 or so, while China's rating average is close to 2600. So China is clearly a world-class team. Next up, we have Azerbaijan coming up, and just to show you guys what happened today, Azerbaijan just beat Belarus right now, but Azerbaijan is facing trouble with their top two boards, which is their strength. They are facing problems there because if you see, Mamedyarov is in USA. Mamedyarov lost both the games yesterday, so he's on 0 out of 2. And Gadir Gusenov lost right now. So it's a very tricky situation. Who will they play now in this round? Rajabov, Mamedyarov, Gusenov, or Mamedov? It's not simple.
I think this is going to be very, very exciting. मतलब it's not going to be as easy कि 18 मुंह में हो जाएगा mate. बहुत मजेदार fights मिलेंगे, encounters मिलेंगे, because like we all know, these are world class players.
I agree with you. And also in the junior section, Asadli Vugar is a strong player, so that is going to be a tough match. Asadli versus, I believe, Nihal Sarin might come on the board, or maybe it's Praggnanandhaa. We might have to wait and watch as to who is going to play with them. We might also have Vishi Anand joining in this time to play. Samay, that will be epic, Anand versus Mamedyarov, or Anand versus Rajabov. Actually, Rajabov.
What is the score between Anand and Rajabao? Plus score kiske side mein?
I think I'll just check, but if you remember, last time there was an online event. Rajabao had played the King's Indian against Vishi. I think it was the Nations Cup, and Vishi had beaten him. So just to be sure, what is the score?
I'll just be back in a second. Washroom.
Yeah, sure. Until now, guys, Rajabov and Anand have played 43 times against each other. That is a lot of times. And I'm just checking as to how many times. I think Anand has a plus score there. Anand has beaten him several times at the start when Rajabov was young. In 2003 and so on, where Rajabov was perhaps in his teenagers and Anand was number one in the, like, right at the top. But then, of course, Rajabov has pulled a few games back, and the last game they played was in Nations Cup Online, where Anand played D4 and beat Rajabov in his favorite opening, the King's Indian. So वो एक मजेदार मैच हो सकता है, but we don't know if Anand is going to face Rajabov, or is it going to be Hari Krishna? Who's going to play whom? That is interesting because the pairings come at the very last moment, guys. So we will see. And also women players of Azerbaijan have been playing quite well. Mammadzada Gune, I played her in 2015 in Dubai. And at that point, I had written about her that she's one of the strongest women players in the world out there. So I don't know, maybe Gunay Mammadzada is someone that we have to be careful about whom to field, especially with Humpy not being in her top-notch form here. Who's going to play? Maybe Harika, or will Tanya come back and Tanya and Bakti will play? We'll have to see. Then Gulnar Mamadova is also on 2 out of 3 for Azerbaijan. So she's also playing. So I think women board is well sorted for Azerbaijan. While in the juniors board, Asadli Vugar and Muradli Muhammad. These are 2 players. And I guess Nihal will continue. You know, Nihal has scored 2 out of 2 here and he's playing pretty well. What about Khanim, the woman player? Vishali will face most likely Khanim Balajayeva or Govhar Beidulayeva, both young and talented girls from Azerbaijan. It's a match that is going to be very exciting. I'm also waiting for who's going to play whom. The pairings are not out yet.
I'm messaging Anish Giri on popular demand.
Oh, really?
Let's see if he has some time to join us. It'll be epic.
Oh, that would be great fun. AG will come here and then we'll have like maybe the wolf pack will reunite.
Yeah, in a very strange way. I'm just sending him the Zoom link. I hope he joins. एक positive energy लेके आता है जब भी अनीश आता है ना, everyone's very
हाँ,
very
Anish is
positive.
like, Anish comes and you know, you feel like, oh, he's going to support India, but he always gives objective commentary. He's
Yeah.
also supporting and telling his he straight jo bhi hai. He just says, he calls a spade a spade.
Yeah.
And people are not hurt about it. Like if he says, yeah, you know, this guy is not playing well, they're like, yes, you're right, you know. So yes, Ganesh says Sagar bhai Babetiaro is playing in chess 9LX. How will he play? Yes, it's in the US, exactly. So yesterday he played there. He might have gone to bed and he would wake up and then play this. And tonight he will again play. Today Gary Kasparov is also going to play there. So they will,
Oh,
you know,
wow.
Mamediyarov might play, or maybe he skips then. And then we will have Rajabov and Gusenov or Mamedov playing. Only 10 more minutes left, guys, for the games to start.
Can we show the player cams now?
Not yet, because the pairing are not out.
Okay.
So we will try it once the pairing is out. Yes. Now you can show.
You can show?
Yes.
So guys, look at who's on our board. Vishi Anand is playing, guys. Vishi Anand is playing. Whenever he plays, it gets very exciting. Everyone's really thrilled. And also with it, Gujarati. We have the strongest lineup for this match.
So pairing is this, Samay. It is Rajabov versus Vishi Anand.
Wow.
Vidit versus Mamediyarov. And we are going with our 2 strongest women players. So we have Humpy against Mamadzada and Harika versus Mamadova. And Nihal Sarin takes on Asadli Vugar and Vishali takes on Khanim Balajayeva.
So we have given it our best. Like this is our best shot at defeating Azerbaijan.
हाँ मतलब हम लोग ने we have gone with our top 6.
Top 6.
Here, which is Vidit and 1 and 2 Anand and Vidit, the top junior Nihal, the top junior girls Vaishali, and top 2 women players Humpy, Harika.
Let's have a look at these players and can you tell us a little bit about our rating on the junior boards? Because you know last time I think you were mentioning a strategy where we were drawing on the top boards and then winning match points on the junior boards. So
very perfectly said, Samay. And this is going to be our strategy even today. Like Anand and Vidit, they are going to say, bhai, Nihal, Vaishali, you guys strike. We are just going to hold.
Yeah.
You know, if we get a chance, we'll strike. But
strike.
we'll hold. And at the same time, Humpy, Harika, although they are not in their best forms, they are clearly superior to their opponents. Like Mamadova and the other player, which is Mamadzada, they are rated lower than Humpy and Harika. So clearly our main stress lies on top 2 boards. Anand versus Rajabov, Vidit versus Mamediyarov. But the good news is both these players, like Vidit, has beaten Mamediyarov in the past. And also Anand has beaten Rajabov in the past. So they don't have that mental block as such.
That's good to know, guys. The matches begin in 7 minutes. अपने दोस्तों को बता दीजिए जिनको भी चेस में इंटरेस्ट है. बहुत ही epic मैचअप होने वाला है ये वाला. इंडिया अजरबैजान.
Shantanu Kapila, thank you for your super chat. Ayush Jain says, Sagar Samay doing good job. India OP. Yo, AG is always fun to watch. Chess is great. Yes. Let's see if he joins in. AG here. And if you see, guys, there's always some things that Anand, this technically, thoda camera and all, which has to be fixed. And right now, Anand is fixing that. He has some kind of a mobile phone over there. I think it's a camera, that the side camera, jo lagaya hai. He's put that one over there.
Adivan Bhaskar in chat says, just came here to say 1b3 OP. I like how he has the time to do everything, to play a crazy match and then just chill with us in the commentary section. Yesterday he was there. Is he around? Let's get him.
Yeah. I will also send him the link and let's see if he, because yesterday he came here and it's he has to spend time. But if in case he wants to join, he will join from his room.
Yeah.
Then he can turn off whenever he wants to, and it's more convenient for him. So I've sent him the link as well. Let's see if he comes here and yo baby, I'll play B3. Vidit is also a little bit anxious there. He's like
Walking around,
okay.
facing himself down. I think Vishi Anand sir is just setting up his back camera.
Yeah. And Samay, what are your predictions? Like, let's do a prediction.
India's gonna win this Olympiad also.
Okay, that's going too far. Just this match with Azerbaijan. Let's go one by one board.
Okay, I think top 2 boards, draw is very likely.
Acha, you are saying that Anand Rajabo and Vidit Mamedyaru draw.
Yeah.
Okay. Hampi Harika.
I think we'll get 1.5 point from there.
Oh, 1.5. That's already 2.5. And Nihal and
I
Vishali.
think junior boards will both win.
Really?
Yeah, this is my prediction. What is your prediction?
Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult to say whether an Indian player will lose. It's like saying that someone will lose. But I definitely think that, like you, Nihal and Vaishali against Asadli Vugar and Khanim Balajeva, there is our chance, to strike on that board. But I'm a little bit worried about Vidit Mamedyarov game because Shak will have the white pieces. He's in good touch right now. He's playing there in the tournament. And Vidit has played only one game until now, yesterday. So that's a small thing that I would be a bit worried about. But we'll see. People in the chat are saying 3.5, 2.5 score. Some are saying 6-0. Some are saying 4-2. Okay, 3.5, 2.5 looks likely.
Yeah,
no?
Yeah. 3.5, 2.5 looks likely. But you never know, man. Never know. These are all just predictions.
True. There we see, guys, at the top, Vidit looking super sharp, drinking his water there. He's looking very, very focused and confident.
Yeah, he's asking for his Vati. Copper Vati. He's looking around. Will they give it to him? Because that will really enhance his performance.
Be careful what you say, Samay, because Vidit after his game comes and checks the entire commentary. Yesterday he was telling me Zug is boo, Zwang is no good boo. So he did come back and listen to it. And also we have Nihal there, very, very calm and focused as always. Nihal is like, "Arey yaar, shuru karo na yaar game. Main idhar baitha hu, I'm sitting here. I want to just play." Nihal is always in game mode. Samay, there was this one time when Tanya was doing some testing, like internet, and she was playing online. And Nihal was going from behind, like he was just going out of the room. And suddenly he just saw what Tanya is playing. And he just stood there like quite far. And he started calculating. But for Nihal, if you give him chess, his mind starts running. He's very much into chess. Like just talk with him chess. Like if you meet him next time, guys, whoever, if you talk with him chess, he's always happy to converse with anyone. That much is his love.
Yeah. Can you take a poll meanwhile, since we have 2-3 minutes, to see what is the chat's prediction of scores?
What should I put the poll as?
Just put like what is like for 3-3, 3.5,
score
2.5. 4-2, 5-1, 6-0.
What is your prediction of scores in India versus Azerbaijan? So India is first, guys. That means India is the one you will have to put in the first. Like,
AG has not replied yet, guys. Really hoping he joins us. Let's see.
6-0, 5-1, 4-2, 3.5, 2.5.
Guys, objectively, like give objectively. Don't
Okay,
just
6-0 is too much.
6-0 is too
is
much. Yeah, yeah.
3-1, 3-3, 2.5, 3.5. Okay, so this is how I'm putting it: 3-3, 2.5, 3.5, 4-2. That is India. So the last option is Azerbaijan winning, and
These
other
are all
all are
just
India.
predictions for fun, guys. Let's see what the chat is saying. Let's take the poll.
Yeah, I've put the poll there.
They don't
guys.
mean
You can-
anything. They just mean like we are predicting. This is what we hope that happens. Okay, Anish Giri can't join us, but he'll join us soon if he can.
Acha.
He's out right now.
Ha.
So many places to go.
He may, he goes to a park or something with his kid, and then he comes back and suddenly is writing a course, suddenly he's playing some top tournament. Another guy who is a genius, and we would be honored to have him. But this time Amruta has done her job pretty well. She has put in
I can see Vishi sir twice on player 4 and player 6.
correct 2 angles for Vishi.
Okay.
Because there are 4 players, no?
Acha,
So
acha.
we have 2 extra caps, so 2 angles. And also, Samay, we can remove that one which is completely empty.
How do we remove that?
If in case you have made couple of like that layer
Acha,
को ऐसे
that way?
बंद
Okay,
करना है
okay.
तो, हाँ. Or you can also hide it maybe, but
I can't
yeah,
hide
but,
it. And
Acha.
I don't want to disturb any of them,
Correct. Raj Shekhar, thank you so much for your comment, for your super chat. Anirudh Srikant says, great commentary, keep going, Sagar and Samay OP. Thank you so much. Subhash Basnet said, supporting India from Nepal. Love to both of you. Thank you so much. Praveen Kumar, thank you for your super chat. Yeah, many of you send super chats, but let's see. This is the most crucial game of the round of this tournament, at least for now. And
Game started, guys. Game started. Games have started.
Yeah, let me just. Games have begun. And
Can you send me a link, Sagar bhai?
Same one, no? Should I send you?
I can only follow 3 games in that.
Achha. 1 second, I will. वो लोड होंगे. They will load. But can we go to the Wish?
Yes.
/ the Wish.
Yes, sir. I'm there.
Okay. So Vishi Anand is playing Rajabov, and Anand has opened with 1 e4. Rajabov goes e5. Super solid, guys. Rajabov is one of the top players in the world. We all know him because of his streaming. He's also
everybody's favorite Raja, the King's Slayer.
King's Indian expert. But knight f3, knight c6. He's playing against the 5-time world champion Vishi Anand. Bishop c4, bishop c5. We have the Italian on the board. d3, knight f6. Castles, c3. And now d5, the most direct way to play. Samay, in this position, instead of d5, there's also another softer way to play, which is d6.
Mm-hmm.
But d5 is very, very concrete. ed, knight d5,
you are
rook
accepting
e1.
the weakness on e5, basically.
Correct.
Already.
Well, it's like, yeah, it's a small weakness, but you get like bishop out on c8. So it's a very concrete line.
Mm-hmm.
So now e5 is the pawn is hanging. Knight takes e5 is a threat. So knight b6. If you now take on e5, knight takes e5. Also knight takes c4 would be hanging. So knight, let's say knight e5.
Knight e5 ko knight c4 mara to I have knight c4.
Yeah, correct. So here on after knight b6, if you play knight takes e5,
First,
I play knight e5, rook e5, and now a very important intermediate move, bishop f2 check, king takes f2, and queen f6 check, wins the rook on e5.
Oh, But what I thought knight c4 मार के पिन है ना वो नहीं
हाँ.
चल रहा है क्या इधर?
Also
Bishop
knight
f2 के
c4 is a
बदले?
good move after king f2, but queen
No,
f6
no, no,
is
bishop
stronger.
f2 के बदले.
नहीं, rook
Okay,
c5 आ रहा है ना. Bishop is on c5.
got it.
So knight b6, bishop b3 was played, and now bishop g4. So Rajabov choosing some tactical ways to defend his e5 pawn. And now h3, bishop h5, knight d2. He takes on d3. This is all theory, guys. Knight takes e5. Look at this.
This is all theory.
Yes, this is all theory. Knight takes e5, attacks the queen on d1, and also white is attacking the queen on d3. So queen f5, very important move, because if you take on d1 after knight d3, white is winning because c5 is attacked. Also, the bishop on d1 would be hanging.
So can we say that Anand has out-prepared
No,
Raja
no, no, no.
based on time
No.
or not yet?
No, not at all. Queen f5. Now Anand goes back, knight d f3. So just to be very sure, I knew till queen f5 is all theory, but just I'm going to tell you that this move, knight e f3, it's been played 28 times. And after knight e f3, rook a d8 has been played 19 times. And queen e2, even the last move by Vishi has been played
by Magnus Carlsen as well.
Yes. And also, Amruta, look at this. Wesley So with Rajabov has already reached this position. So Rajabov has played it with black. Vidit has played this position with black. This is a very well-known position.
Right, right. So they are prepared.
Yeah, very well prepared. So knight ef3, rook a8, queen e2. He goes queen c8 back. And I think this move that Rajabov has played, queen c8, is also 10 times has happened. If you look at it, Vidit has played it twice with black pieces against Praggnanandhaa and has played with Ragar, and Rajabov has played this with white against Mamedyarov. Malab, it's well known in Rajabov's mind, this opening.
So queen c8 का idea क्या है उसका? Like it's a very backward move, looks very passive move. So what is he trying to do?
I think he just made sure that rook e8.
Future.
No, he's just put rook e8 now can come. He's defending there, rook on e8 with queen c8, and also g4 ke threat se he has got out.
Okay.
You know, all those threats. So queen c8 is just, I think, preparing rook e8 is the main idea. Okay, let's go to the game of Vidit.
Bro, Vishali already won her game or what?
What?
Achha, no, sorry, this is the last game.
Yeah, Vidit's game looks.
Oh,
looks
look at
very
this Vidit's
interesting,
game.
actually.
Oh, Vidit ke game pe jaate hain. Jaldi, jaldi. D4, knight f6, Vidit, c4, e6, knight to c3, bishop b4, f3. F3 is one of the moves that Vidit had plays a lot with white, and Mamedyarov says, I'm going to beat Vidit at this opening with his own. Also, Mamedyarov plays it a lot with this f3.
And f3 is a little aggressive kind of a line. It's called a Samish variation, but doesn't give much trouble to black, as I can see.
Yeah, also it says to the knight on g1 that I am not going to give you that square on f3, and I'm going to build up a center with e4. So that's the reason why f3 is very, very ambitious move. d5, hitting in the center, a3, and Vidit goes back. You know, the main move is bishop takes c3, but Vidit says, I'll go back to e7, e4, pawn takes, and now there are two breaks, e5 and c5. Vidit goes with c5 break, Mamedyarov goes d5, ed, castles, bishop e2, rook to e8, knight to f3, bishop f5. So all well-known theory, castles, bishop g6, knight h4, and look at this. He's taken on d5. It's a sack over there, like a small tactic.
It's a loose pieces drop off wala thing. The knight on h4.
Yeah. But so Sagar bhai, now if knight takes g6,
then knight takes c3. He has that intermediate idea. Oh, so wow. Knight h4. By the way, I must tell you guys that the move number 11 by Vidit, which is bishop f5, has only been played in one game before, that too in 2300 rated opponent's game. Shaila Tenko versus Nikhil Kumar. because in that position, the main move, which has been played 23 times, is bishop g4. And we have seen it even in the candidates. Vidit has played against Karyakin with white and Aronian, and this line, Vidit is an expert.
So that is what his opponent is using against him.
But Vidit played bishop f5 thinking that Mamedyarov won't be prepared. But Mamedyarov ne 8 seconds mein he castled.
Yeah.
And then bishop g6. Now Mamedyarov took 2 minutes to play knight h4. And Vidit, within 45 seconds, took on d5. So,
Samay, how does it feel when you are prepared, like completely, you love one line and then your opponent plays that against you? How do you feel about it?
Yeah, that happens. Then sometimes I get confused because I don't know how to play against it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, guys, who has joined us? Look at this.
Who?
Look at the Zoom call.
Oh, Adiban! He can't hear us though,
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah.
he's here. Hello. Oh, he went back.
Was that like a
Adiban just came, showed his face and left.
guest appearance? The real guest appearance.
By the way, just Samay, I know you have hands full trying to fix
tell me.
everything. But knight d5, knight g6, knight c3, knight e7, queen e7, pawn takes c3 and queen takes e2. And with it is a pawn up, has a clear, better structure. So Mamedyarov cannot exchange the queens. So Mamedyarov now comes queen d5 and he tells with it that yes, you might be a pawn up, you might have a better structure, but your king is weak. I'm attacking f7, I'm attacking b7.
And I'm attacking c5 as well.
Yes. So Vidit comes back, queen e6, defends f7. And now queen takes b7 is played. And now Vidit has to figure out he's lost back his pawn there.
So I believe this preparation is something which is going to lead to equality. And we may expect a draw here.
I'm very happy with what Vidit has got. By the way, he can just go knight c6 and put his knight on e5 or a5. I think for black, this is really the best you can get against a player of Mamedyarov's caliber. Yeah, knight c6. He's played it. Great opening preparation by Vidit. I think we'll definitely get his thoughts later on in the day. But let's move on. Let's go to Humpy's game. Humpy is playing against Gunay Mamadzada. And we have a very, very well typical position in the Queen's Gambit accepted kind of a structure. Can we take it from the top?
Yep.
Sure. d4, knight f6.
d4, knight f6, c4, e6, knight f3, d5. And it's a QGD, h6, bishop h4, castles, e3, b6. It's known as the Tartakover, Makogonov, Bondarevsky variation.
Can you say that again?
Are Tartakover, Bondarevsky, Makogonov, TBM variation.
Okay.
TMB.
Samay,
maybe.
next time he will ask you the question. Please remember the name, okay?
I realized no grandmaster actually remembers the name, like Vidit also doesn't probably know the name, but he knows how to play it. So that's why now I've shifted focus. I used to remember all the names.
Subtle
Roast,
attack
that's
on
a
me.
roast.
It's guys, I agree with Samay. It's more important to know how to play than remember the names.
Yeah.
But if you remember the names and also know how to play, that's the best.
Yeah.
Bishop c4, c5.
Then you will become an IM. But not.
Knight d4 was taken. Move number 12, knight c6, knight takes c6, bishop c6. And I think the main advantage for white here is that her queen has a nice square on e2, queen e2. And black's queen does not have a great square to sit on. Where would she sit? Because
Queen b7.
but then you have bishop a6. So overall, the black queen is like that musafir, that traveler who is looking for the perfect home. While the queen on d1 has a great square on e2, jahan pe no tension.
I feel sad for the black queen.
She played it. Humpy played queen e2. Okay, great. Let's
Amazing.
go to...
And she has more time. So that's a good
Oh, that's
thing.
amazing. No, she doesn't have more time, Amruta.
Matlab decent time.
Equal time. Yeah. Let's go to Harika's game. Harika against Gulnar Mamadova. It's a very few moves have been
Can you
played.
please
E4,
tell me
E5.
her ID?
Elegance, ELEGANCE
Elegance pata hai, sir.
_ RIKS, Rix.
Guys, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, hello.
sir. How
Adiban.
are you?
Oh, yes. I had muted Zoom for playing. I forgot to unmute. So that's why I joined and left.
Oh,
2 times.
Adiban, welcome. And what a game in round 1.
thanks.
absolutely enjoyable the way you crushed your opponent.
Yeah, thanks.
Adiban, can we follow the games right now?
Yeah,
We are
yeah,
on Harika's game. We are trying to
Okay.
check what's happening with her. So taking it from the start, e4, e5.
Hey,
Do you
so
have-
which Zoom should I follow? For
I'll
the
give you the
games?
link. No, you'll have to follow
Link,
the
yeah,
moves.
directly. Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
One second.
Cool. Yeah, I have to go soon. Yeah, just game
Okay,
for
so
a quick chat.
So then, Adiban, can you tell us your thoughts on this match, and what do you feel like? Rajabo, Mamedyaro, strong Azeri team.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to ask why the options of 6-0 and 5-1 not mentioned in the chat.
I could put only 4 options.
Because like I already saw a super chat that we are biased commentary, so
Yeah.
like why we are not having those options?
No, I
Oh,
thought
yes.
that maybe it's a bit too much, yeah, considering the level of
Because
opposition.
later Raja will also see the stream, no?
Yeah. You will be like you guys. Okay, yeah, we have to. But he has gone underground, I thought, so we don't need to worry so much. I mean, it's been a long time since I saw him somewhere. Okay, so Shark is playing F3 against Vidit. Yeah, this is the best. Vidit is known to be like a master. Yeah, in this Nimzo F3. Okay, so first you wanted to see which game?
Harika's game we are at.
Harika,
Okay,
Elegance.
let's do this. If you have very little time, no, ID, we can do a roundup of all the games.
Roundup, yeah.
So we can start with Mamedyaro versus Vishi. Sorry, Rajabo versus Vishi.
Alright. Okay, it's not in the link you sent for some reason. Okay, I'll just follow it directly.
Yeah, /follow the
The
Vish.
Wish. We say Visha. Adiban.
Yes, I wish. I wish we win this match. Okay, so this is a boring Italian.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, it's hard, but I guess, yeah, if anyone is winning, probably it's Vishi, I guess, yeah.
Should be around equal though, like this position.
Yeah, like I like this plan. You go A3 and C4, yeah, and then this bishop becomes. The bishop is on the right place. It could have easily raised from 1b3, but okay, he goes bishop b3. He has different plans, I think. Anyway, I think ultimately the plan is to go A3, C4, and then C5. So that both the bishop is active. I think, yeah, I like Vishana's chances here.
Okay,
So
cool.
this is good.
So around.
But yeah, Raja is known to be very solid, yeah. So it is going to be very hard to beat him in this position. I have to
So
add this also.
let's consider it practically to be equal or a draw.
Yeah, I think higher chances of a draw just because Raja is
Okay.
playing. Yeah,
Okay,
you
okay.
can hold this. Yeah.
Let's go to
so-
Vidit's game.
With it?
now.
With a greedy. Okay, he was a pawn up, but not
with-
anymore. I think he's also very comfortable actually because you can't play rooks yet because A7 is hanging. But I think overall I like his position. Probably something like knight b6 now to prepare queen d5 or queen c4. Yeah, any endgame is good for him because I feel the bishop is not doing much right now. So,
But do you
yeah.
think Black has any winning?
Oh, he played queen
chances?
b6. Oh, this is
Oh.
nice. He's already better now, I feel.
No, do you think he has winning chances? Like,
Yeah. No, I'm talking about that only. Yeah, I think.
okay.
Yeah, okay. It's hard
How
to
about-
say, but yeah, I feel he has some winning chances for
How
sure.
about
Like
winning a pawn with knight b2 here?
You'll lose.
Oh,
B6.
greedy. Yes, greedy
Yeah.
would do
No,
something
you'll
like that.
lose b6. no?
How? Rook
How?
fb1, rook
Knight
fb1,
A4.
knight a4.
Rook b4
Just knight to c3, no? Just take everything.
One
and
more.
then rook b6 and it's a
Yeah, knight e2 at the end.
Oh,
Guys, this is
the
line we're looking at.
Knight
Yeah,
b2,
so-
rook fb1, knight a4, rook b4, knight takes c3. And that seems like an extra pawn for Vidit. But okay, I think Vidit cannot lose this. At least I think it can be a draw or maybe slightly better for him.
Yeah, I think he has pretty good winning
Ooh,
chances.
guys.
Knight b2 is important. He has to play knight b2.
Okay, guys,
Otherwise-
AD.
yeah,
Let's
yeah.
go to Humpy's game. Seems like Humpy's going to come back in with vengeance here. She's great position.
Is it bishop a6 or what?
Bishop a6. No, there is a winning move here for white.
Okay, so
Classy move. And we spoke about that queen, black queen having no home. and that is going to be true here, guys.
Bishop G3 or what then?
Yes,
No,
Bishop
but
G3.
how?
Oh,
If you
Samay,
take
Are?
this,
Samay.
Faster than me. That's very
Oh,
nice.
Arey.
Beauty. Samay. Awesome. So Bishop G3, then
If Queen
Knight
D7, Bishop A6 traps the
Bishop
queen.
but
trap,
what
yeah.
about knight d6? Then I'm stuck here.
Bishop
Yeah,
G7, Queen B7.
No, Bishop G3,
G3,
Queen
Queen
B7.
Samay, knight d6, then what?
पर पहले Bishop A6
Arey,
वाला
it's
Knight
fine. Let
D6,
him have his
94.
moment.
No, not 94.
Ah, yeah.
यार अमृता इतना deep क्यों पूछा यार? I was very.
No,
Oh, wait,
Knight
I
D6,
understood,
the
I
point is
understood.
Knight B5.
Yeah,
you
I
just
was
go
about
Knight
to say
B5.
Bishop G6, Bishop D6, and then Knight B5. And
B5,
now you attack
yeah.
both, and if Bishop takes, Rook opens up.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, she played it. Okay,
Amazing.
she's getting a comeback. Okay, so Bishop D6 also happened. Now again, wait. Now Knight B5 means it
Knight
doesn't
B5, no?
work.
Doesn't work.
No, takes, Queen E7. Oh, you get a pawn. Yeah, Queen E7, Bishop to G3, Bishop. Queen E7, Bishop E8, Bishop to G3, Bishop to F7 check. So you get a pawn.
Oh,
And yeah, Humpy will-
nice variation. So after BD6, we go Knight B5. Samay.
Yeah.
Bishop takes, Knight
Bishop
takes.
B5, Bishop B5, Queen E7. Now Bishop to E8. So that now D6 is hanging. So Bishop G3, but now intermediate move. And Adiban said Bishop takes F7, also very strong.
Oh,
But
just
AD
Bishop C6, yeah?
Yes,
Just Bishop.
AD,
Yeah.
Bishop C6 and
No, I was full on
Oh.
greedy, but okay, yeah.
Oh.
Just take the pawn, but yeah, Bishop C6 is stronger.
Wow, attacking
So
the rook.
Humpy's opponent is very strong,
Also, this is
actually
gone.
speaking. Right?
Yeah.
Mamedova. No, what is it?
No, her opponent
Gunai.
is Gunai Mamadzada.
Oh, she
Okay.
plays Knight B5.
Oh yeah, she's gonna win this.
So Humpy leading from the front.
So
Let's
one
go to
move,
Harika's
let's
game
see.
on move 17.
Elegance.
Harika seems to also be in a nice position. It seems like all Indians have knights against.
Knight, no,
Harika.
yeah. I also wanted to tell the same thing. Knight C4 she will play, and she has a pretty good position, I think.
Okay.
Vaishali ji के game में well, last I checked little bit थोड़ा डरा हुआ position था,
Oh,
but
yeah,
now I think
Vaishali.
fine.
Vaishali again the crazy position, yeah.
Yeah, but
I
still,
like this about this girl.
I think White has very good attacking chances, so I'm not sure what this.
But
Yeah,
even
this
black,
I think.
right?
Huh?
Even black, right?
No, I mean White has some good attacking
Cunning.
chances.
Do you short castle here or do you long castle? Because if you short castle, there's this rook.
No,
on
long
F5.
castle, I think it's you just get mated. Like for example, Bishop A6 check, King B8, and Bishop into D6. It's over. Followed by Queen B4 check. So you cannot do long castle.
But if
Like
you-
long castle, you can do Bishop A6 check. You have to put King D7, but it's not ideal. Yeah.
So might
King-
as well go short castle.
Yeah, you can go.
Yeah, short castle. But here I was thinking some Bishop into D6 followed by some Knight G3. Looks scary actually. To be honest. Yeah, but I think she will hold this. Hey, who is this girl? I have never heard her name. Like, Tanya.
She's pretty good.
Junior,
And she's WGM. And also, if you see on 10th move, what Vaishali did, she went full on greedy VD. Yeah, she went first G2, she took. Then she took on H2. So she took a lot of pawns there.
I mean, this is not greedy video. Yeah, if she wins, we can dedicate this to it. So,
But the good part is if everything gets exchanged, like rooks get exchanged, minor pieces get exchanged, then Vaishali is simply 2 pawns up.
yeah. So, but the thing is, White will not allow that. Yeah, she will not allow that to happen. So that's
Maybe some forcing moves we might find.
Yeah. So that's what it all depends on that whether she can. Because one line I saw was just Bishop short castle, Bishop D6 takes Knight G3, and I didn't see where to put the Queen actually.
So first short castle, take on D6, pawn takes D6 and knight,
And Knight
G3.
G3.
Now
But
that
maybe you
know-
can just play. No, you can't play. Like Queen
So we
H6,
can-
that's a
so
very.
we have to say Vaishali is in trouble as of now.
some
She's in
trouble.
trouble.
For sure.
So
Yeah. This.
What about
This-
Nihal? Nihal, how is
Nihal.
he doing?
Oh, come on, Nihal. Like I was hoping you'll play one B3. He even told me. He gave me hope.
Oh, but he didn't play, yeah?
Yeah, he didn't play. But okay, he
played-
played. Okay, he never played B3. He just lost the B2 pawn. Okay, he played B3 at 16th move, so it's fine.
Here is when we will consider the game to start.
Oh yeah. No, he is. I think it's clearly rolling. Yeah, he will win
Yeah.
this.
Nihal's
Like
position
rooks
is
are
better,
very
right?
strong. Yeah, it's just better. This
Isn't-
very
Rooks
powerful.
isn't
and
the
pawn will
E2
reach
pawn
A6
hanging?
maybe.
Yeah, okay. So black has to take the pawn. Yeah, otherwise
E2?
it will be nothing. So king g2 is like okay. Knight d4 now back.
But
Now
what
the
is
question.
Nihal's compensation?
I guess rook c7. No, now you will go rook c7, and next rook is coming to b7. There is this famous saying. Yeah, two rooks on 7th rank go to sleep.
Oh, I have heard that famous saying.
Yeah.
Turuk tuk tarara. Have you heard this famous saying, guys, about two rooks? No? Okay, only me.
Two rooks.
Hey, AD,
So
you have
yeah,
sold your entire B3 course, entire repertoire. Aren't you ever scared
yeah.
that your opponent will see it and they'll know what to play?
Yeah, no, the funny part is like I released it in May or something, yeah. And I have played it against like okay, Anish Giri. Like I played it against him, like I played it against Swidler. Like literally nobody punished me, yeah. So I think it's just somehow it's like a joke, yeah. They cannot take it seriously. That's the whole point behind this. So
Yeah.
oh A6, oh he's
So
just
he
going
didn't
long
go
term.
C7 right now as
No,
well.
he's like, okay, it's my
Planning.
pawn or something. Yeah, I think he's also planning some knight c3, knight b5 ideas, maybe.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
And
Nihal's
you know,
position is going to be very instructive. How he converts
yeah,
this.
yeah, I'm excited to see how he
Amazing.
converts this.
I think the main thing is that if there is a weakness, you need to first fix it. And Nihal has done that with a6, fixing the a7 pawn. And now, as Adiban just mentioned, knight c3 to b5 or rook c7 to b7. Once the a7 pawn falls, a6 pawn is just 2 squares away from queening.
Yes.
Wow.
And
So
actually,
Nihal will win. We can actually predict.
Humpy is just clean exchange up, no compensation.
Yeah.
She's gonna win.
Okay. Humpy. Oh,
Greedy
wow.
Vidi will play some rook end game.
So
Okay,
guys,
he's a pawn up, so we should be
Nihal
happy.
winning, Humpy winning, with it minimum
Probably
draw.
minimum draw.
Yeah.
Vishy right now, what is the situation?
Oh, what an
Can we-
interesting position. In
Yeah,
Vishy, no?
F4,
Vishy
yeah,
and
it's
Vaishali, I
complete.
think we
Oh
have
my
to check
god,
it out.
look at Vishy's position. I think we need to
Ooh,
see it. So three
man.
pieces of black are getting cornered by the
Design,
three
yeah,
white
This
Samay.
is so
Best
weird.
design.
Have you seen like
Best
this?
design, worst design, yeah.
It's like white's 3 pieces on this side, black's 3 pieces on that side, but there is a tactical move here. Bishop takes f4, queen takes f4, queen e1 check. Oh, he's taken it, and maybe it's
Oh,
a
it's
draw.
okay.
How?
Yeah, I told you, no, Raja is too, like, he will defend, yeah.
Too solid.
No,
Yeah,
how
too
is it?
solid.
How is it a draw?
Queen
After
takes f4,
check,
queen e1
king
check.
g2.
फिर वापस ना
No,
perpetual.
king g2 ko bishop b4.
Hey, that you'll get mated, I think.
So queen f1 forced after queen
Yeah.
e1, and then
Yeah.
queen g3, queen g2, queen e1,
Yeah, queen
and
E1.
it's a draw.
Wait, actually, what happens if you go king? King h2, that way you'll lose probably, yeah, bishop e4.
Correct.
Yeah.
King h2, bishop e1. You can look at Anand. Anand knows that it's a draw. He's just making sure. Finally, he touched the mouse. He was like, let me make my move. And then he was like, let me calculate one last time. If I come back to f1, queen g3, queen g2, and I think it will be a perpetual.
No, he's just seeing, yeah, if he can win or
Achha.
it's like draw is the best result.
You,
what it's calculated.
black can't play for any other result, yeah? Like black can't push.
No, black cannot play, actually. It's whether Vishi now wants to play or not.
Why? But
That's
like they have same material. Why is that?
No, peace.
Hey, no, peace, no.
Oh, okay.
Arey,
okay, okay,
Samay.
okay. Oh, Vishi
Bishop and
has
f4.
two pawns up. Okay.
Yeah, this bishop, yeah, it's like all these bishops, they are not playing at all, so.
But there's one thing that I have to say here, guys. Vishy Anand brings this stability in the team. You know, like even on the top board against Rajabo, we know that we have a man who can easily kind of match him better than him. So, you know, like give him a tough fight. So we don't have to worry there. Even a draw here is a pretty good result.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is so true.
And I take away the stability, yeah.
Oh, Adiban here basically brings all the
Excitement.
fire in the
Yeah.
flames.
Fire heart.
Okay, now Harika's game is also probably it's also going to end in a draw. So wait, with it, high chances of draw. Humpy is winning, Nihal winning. Oh, so we just need one more win, yeah, and we are winning the match actually.
Okay, guys. Result has come here. Vishi sir and Rajababu have drawn this game by agreement.
Okay,
Okay,
great.
cool.
Great. I think Vishi doing the job. He drew against Bakro yesterday. Today drew against Rajabo, beat Adli Ahmed. So he's on 2 out of 3. Also, let's quickly check Nihal's game because it's a rook endgame now, and Nihal has equal pawns, but as we know, more active rook and more active king.
Yeah, I think he will convert this.
No, now rook c7. Yeah, just it's
Yeah.
important. You are just how to play it.
So
Yeah, he
passive.
played it.
King e8 ke baad you can't go king d8, f7 is lost.
no,
if you go
this is
f5,
just
it's a cutoff.
You know, there's this thing in rook endgame that you need two advantages. Either you should be a pawn up plus activity. In the case of Nihal, he has two advantages, which is more active king and more active rook. So even though he's not materially up, he has two units which are more active.
What an amazing understanding, right? To give the pawn much early at a much early stage. Now we can easily see that black's pieces are gone completely.
Tremendous understanding to give.
Hey, this Harika game is slightly making me not sure
Anxious.
because king f4. Yeah, I don't know how she will defend against that plan. Basically, you give up all the pawns and you focus on the c pawn. King f4, king e5. You try to bring that.
And also Harika can't go like king f8, e8 because the g7 pawn is weak.
Yeah, this looks not easy actually. But I guess it should be a draw. It shouldn't.
Can we go b6 here, AD, b6 or b5 and try to create our own passer?
She played rooks c4.
But now king f4.
Yeah, now king f4. Yeah, now you cannot. Yeah, maybe b5 was possible. b5 and just rook c4. Maybe that was because now you cannot play b5. Yeah, that's the problem.
No, but now for king f4, can you go rook c2?
Yeah, rook c2. Yeah, this was the line. King into e4. Okay, yeah, it's good actually. She's fixing the pawns first.
I think white is playing really well.
Yeah, she's playing very well actually.
And now king f4 because you know Amruta with that h5 move, she's fixed h6, g7, both the weaknesses. Now g3, she's waiting. Oh, can Harika now go e5 and stop?
Yeah, because rook e7.
Oh, just stop this. No, oh yes, let's do it. No, but e5. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
she's waiting.
Yeah, but this king f4, I think she missed this idea actually. Because actually, white is preparing everything for that actually. Even this g3 move is aimed against that. Now she wants to go king f4 for sure.
But why is
so maybe Harika has a defense.
Just she's improving.
Like... white is thinking black doesn't have anything.
Okay, Nihal is just winning. So that's good.
By the way, let's go to Vishali's game because that game also.
Yeah, that is the okay. Now, now it looks dangerous actually. She has lost all her pawns.
No, look at this. She has lost. Like right now, pawns are equal in the position, and if white takes bishop e6, she'll take knight e6 and defend her c7 pawn.
Yeah, actually, this is not clear. So white has to take rook c7, but now h pawn starts rolling. Yeah,
h5, h4, h3, h2.
Yeah, this could be like dangerous for white also. So
it's complicated.
Also, time-wise,
complicated. Yeah,
Vishali has
time-wise, yeah. But okay, she plays like 1+1.
Guys, big result. Humpy ji has won this game.
Wow, wonderful.
Big result. Good result for our favor.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I think I'll just take my leave. See you.
Yes.
Take care, AD, and all the best.
Bye. Yeah,
बहुत ही बढ़िया result हमारे लिए 1.5 0.5 guys.
I think a first win in our favor always eases out the thing on the other players if they ever look at ki kya score hai. So right now it's 1.5, and we'll go to Vidit's game also because Vidit is right now pawn up, so there's no chance that he's going to lose, but also very less chances that he may win because just one pawn advantage is not enough. We have one more result incoming, guys. Nihal Sareen has won his game. He has an active king on e5 and a rook on c7. So
this is like that suffocating win, right? Kuch bhi nahi karna. It's
even like materially, it's equal right now. And opponent has resigned. So great play by Nihal. 2.5, half to India. And a very important game now lies between Harika. If she can hold this, because she's worse in the end game. If we see Harika's game, equal pawns, but white rook very, very active on 7th rank. White king coming in with king e5, king d6. So those are two issues. Where all depends on actually Vishali, how she is able to hold this, because Vidit will draw, which will make it 3 points in India's favor. If Harika by chance loses, then Vishali must hold this game with black pieces.
Oh, so this is an important. And Harika losing there is, we are very close to that. Whereas here it is complicated. I don't see a way that black can save himself.
Like if we go to Harika's game, Then right now, Gulnar Mamadova has put her pawn on g4. She saved everything. And maybe now Harika might go rook c4 check.
King. Can she go king e5?
King e5, rook takes g4. I do get a feeling that there can be some drawing chances still for Harika here.
The
What do
major.
you-
Oh, look. As you said it.
Yeah, she went king
So
f3.
this cutting off the king is helping black.
Yeah,
Which means
I think she was a little bit greedy about that pawn on g4, so she went there. And now Harika goes e5. Harika says, now your king is also cut off. So jo do advantage the active rook, active king, is now the king, white king is slightly cut off.
yeah. Now you can go.
This
rook
is
f4
big.
check.
This is big for India because
Correct. We
if
were
now Harika
on
can
the
hold
edge.
this, we would definitely be winning this match. Also, let's go to Vaishali's game because Vaishali has put her rook behind the h pawn. She wants to push it, but f7 was weak. She had to come back. Rook f8.
So d5.
Maybe attacking the rook, attacking the knight with d5, but there's king f6. So she goes knight
Oh,
So
d7.
is she going to offer a draw?
something happened.
Rook h8.
Oh, knight f4, Samay. And if knight takes f8, knight d5 fork. Can Vaishali spot it?
18 seconds.
Also,
Wait, what
look at
happened?
this variation. h4, knight takes f8, king takes f8, rook is trapped. Rook d7, king e8. Rook.
Oh,
No, there is somehow you
7
can
seconds.
trap this rook.
5. Oh, no. Draw.
Draw!
Repetition.
Oh, so at least we have
चलो,
won
सही है,
the
सही है, सही है.
match.
हाँ हाँ
Right?
हाँ नहीं अभी तक जीते नहीं है. Now the score is 3-1.
Just we
Two
need
more games.
one, just half a point. Just half a
Which
point.
Vidit will bring? And Vidit is drawing.
Draw हो गया, Vidit का draw.
We win against Azerbaijan.
Oh, Vidit has drawn, and Azerbaijan, India has beaten Azerbaijan irrespective of the result in Harika's game. Wow.
Amazing.
4-2. 4-2.
What happened? Vaishali.
Oh, even Harika drew. Wow, 4-2, and none of
Well
our
done,
players
guys.
lost.
Well done.
None of them lost.
good.
Unbelievable.
भाई हमारी टीम क्या OP है भाई. Indian team is like the most OP team in this one.
Amazing. And Azerbaijan was our toughest rival here. But the way we dominated it with Nihal coming in front and Humpy saying, look, guys, you all are thinking I'm not in good form. I'm going to crush it now. You know, this was beautiful play by her.
भाई साहब predict मैंने क्या किया था predict
आपने 4-2 किया
4-2
था
किया
बराबर.
था बढ़िया एकदम prediction.
Wow.
Your prediction was Vaishali and Nihal winning. It was almost right. Nihal and Humpy won.
Yeah.
Acha.
And
So
on
now what happens? With whom are we playing?
Now with
Right.
Belarus we are playing.
Belarus.
Hmm.
So tomorrow,
So-
guys.
Can we remove the cameras?
Haji,
Okay.
haji.
Okay. We'll switch off the camera so that other who's going to play will remain a secret for some time, guys. But Samay, बहुत ही ऐसे
बहुत बढ़िया.
fast हो गया. Like, and also the main thing was Vidit just not at all under trouble right from the opening against Mamedyarov. वो भी black pieces से. मतलब legendary play.
मतलब
Really
They
very
have
nice.
really put so much hard work into preparation and all of it is clearly showing.
I know, you know that novelty bishop f5 खेला उसने, फिर उसके बाद उन्होंने bishop g6 and Mamedyarov had no chance in the game to win. And of course, Vidit was pushing, but eventually drew. But I think game of the day was Nihal Sarin. Yeah, Nihal Sarin, हाँ, Samay, how does he realize कि वो E2 का pawn important नहीं है?
Just a genius, man. Just a genius.
I mean, see, the thing is, it's like, you know, guys, in life, if you have some bit of money, okay, you are like, मैं इससे खुश हूँ. I'm happy with this amount of money. I don't want to hoard things. Same way for Nihal. When he realized that the A7 pawn is a weakness, he said, I don't care about E2 pawn. I will just focus on that. That shows his positional understanding. Tremendous.
Analysis में लिखा हुआ है one player took the advantage and never let go. That is Nihal Sarin. 98.928 best moves, 8 excellent, 1 good, 5 book. That's it. There's no inaccuracy, there is no mistake. Blunder though, of course, there's no. And there's no miswin also. How do people play like this, man?
Nihal Sarin
crazy.
is unbelievable,
Superhuman.
guys. Yeah, he played like tremendous chess somehow. And you know, this match finished very quickly. No game went like to the distance. सब ऐसे फटाफट हो गया. Also, Vaishali holding on to that position, which was worse, was really nice. But it also shows, Samay, that our 4 top guys, Anand, Vidit, Hari Krishna, and Adiban, all in great form.
All in great form.
Hari Krishna 2 out of 2, Vidit 1 out of 2, but against very good players. Anand 2 out of 3, and Adiban 3 out of 3. So that is great.
Up next, we have Belarus, right? Belarus is like, what is their average rating?
So Belarus's team is actually in this tournament. They are right now on number 8 position out of 10, and their rating average is 2191.
Okay.
And they have 2 strong grandmasters at the top, which is Alexandrov Alexei, who used to be like 2680 or 2690, but now he's come down to 2575. There is Stupak Kirill, who is very good.
Okay.
Stupak Kirill, who is very good player from Belarus. But he's also around 2500. So strong GM, but he's not played much. He's only played 1 game. I think Fedorov Alexei might also play there, instead of Stupak. So one of those. So their top boards are grandmasters, pretty decent ones, but not at 2700 level. No one there. In women players, I've really never heard of Taransenka Alexiandra and Ilyuchik Yana. I have not heard of them, nor have I heard of the other 2 girls, which is Norman, I think, Senia. So women players, I think maybe this time Humpy or Harika may not play, but their this board, junior board, is pretty good. Denis Lazavik, he's pretty good, and also Zarubitsky, Vyacheslu, they are both IMs, strong players. And on their female board, like a junior board, I think they have Zelyantsova, Senia, also not, I do not know much about. So actually this team, I think India should have very good chances here to score a huge victory.
Okay, I'm just setting the OBS quickly for the last match of the day, guys.
And once you set that up, Samay, if we can just have a look at Nihal Sarin's game once.
Yes, I'm done.
And I'm very, very keen to see how he played it. I want to learn from the youngster. Once I was interviewing his coach, whose name is Dmitry Komarov, and he had said Nihal is positionally stronger than Magnus Carlsen. And everyone was like, no, you got to be kidding, Magnus. And he said, you guys wait and watch in the future what is going to happen. Of course, it's too soon to say, but Nihal is showing that brilliance. So knight f3, knight f6, c4, e6, g3, d5, bg2, takes on c4, queen a4. This is well-known theory, bd7, okay? Take on c4, c5, knight e5, okay? And now the move is queen c8, because b7 is protected, and now the idea is to put knight c6 in the position so that the pawns are not doubled. He goes queen d3. This is one of the ideas of Levon Aronian. Knight c6, take on d7, knight d7, knight to c3, bishop e7, castles. And what is the advantage that white has, Samay?
0.2 here.
No. On the board.
Okay, on the board. Okay. So the advantage it has is development. Basically, the bishop is very powerful on g2, very strong bishop. The knight has come out. Also, we have castled. We are good to now attack, right? We can go b3, bishop b2.
Don't beat around the bush.
Bishop advantage, man. Fine, man. I didn't want to say it, man.
Fair advantage. Okay. Castles. Queen b5. Now the threat idea is bishop takes c6. Or maybe doubling those pawns. Knight b6. And Nihal takes. Pawn takes. Queen b3. And c4. So here black's position now looks pretty good to me, because Nihal has given up his strong bishop, although pawns are doubled. If white wants to get his bishop out on c1, he has to undouble those pawns with b3 or d3. So rook d8, b3. He played queen a6, bc4, queen c4, d3, queen a6, a4, c5, a5. And now there was a nice move here for black. Can you find it, Samay? Knight
For
d5
black.
was a instead of knight d5.
You should have knight d5. 5. Where has knight go?
Guys,
Two knights.
tomorrow we will see India versus Hungary in round 7. Right now, it's India versus Belarus. So actually, while Samay is thinking for this move, I'll just tell you guys if Hungary, what they do, because in the last round, Hungary drew with Belarus. Oh, so now India is actually leading along with Hungary at the top.
Is it c4? Because the point is a takes b6 is not possible because queen takes a1.
Exactly.
And your
Samay.
bishop is
Beautiful.
opening up now.
Beautiful. You are absolutely right. C4 is the correct move here, and that would have been nice move for white for black. But he went knight d5, not bad. Knight e4, knight b4, and now यहाँ से queen c3, knight d5, queen c4. ठीक है? He takes, pawn takes. So equal position. Everything looks good. Everything is simple. But now knight b4. Here, this next move is really classy. Nihal plays bishop e3. And now, in your mind, you think, no, I don't want to play my bishop there because knight c2, fork, rook and bishop. So Nihal says rook b1. So the first assessment which Nihal made is that after knight e3, fe3, his position is better because his rook is on b5, on b1, and the threat is a6 and rook b7. And if black plays a6, then he will put his rook on b6.
So he kind of invited the knight fork.
Correct. So opponent realized कि भाई मारना ठीक नहीं है तो उसने knight d4 खेला. And now
अगर वो मारते तो निहाल के पास भी डबल pawn हो जाते.
Correct. But Nihal finds the only relevant factor is the pawn on a7, like rook b7 and a6. So he doesn't care about those double pawns. And after knight d4, again, if I was playing here, I would seriously think about rook e1. मतलब e2 का pawn क्यों दे दूं? But Nihal is like rook b7, king f8, and now rook b1, knight e2. He gives that pawn up, king g2, knight d4, and a6. So clearly that understanding is so deep. It's classy.
Yeah, like who gives up a pawn like this out of nowhere and then converts it into great positional advantage?
Yeah, a6, h6, rook c7. Now c5 is hanging, so rook c8, and now दूसरा rook b7. Or take rook takes c7, knight b3. He defended c5, but फिर मर गया pawn. And now he go into a rook endgame where that a6 pawn is the trump card.
Wow.
Too good, yeah, too good. मतलब really, I mean, of course, from the opening, Nihal didn't play like amazing chess. Black was completely fine, but from one point onwards, he just showed class.
Yeah. Very, very insane game. And let's see what the engine has to say about that pawn sacrifice, right? Let's say what is the engine saying that's the best thing to do there. Oh, it's the best move to.
Yeah.
These are the best moves.
These are all the best moves he plays.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
really well played. By the way, guys, a very good news coming for Team India. We are now on the top of the leaderboard in the B
Oh.
pool because Hungary drew with Belarus right now, whom we are going to face, and they are also on now 9 points out of 10. But when the match points are tied, it goes to game points. मतलब कितने margin से we won? 4-2, 5-1, and all of that. And there, India has 22 points and Hungary has 18. मतलब हमारे पास 4 extra point है.
But yeah, तो अगर tie भी हुआ हमारे किसी के साथ तो we are still better.
Yes. So
That's
right now,
insane, man. Like, so how many matches are left? Like day 3 में?
day 3, today is the last match now with Belarus right now. And tomorrow, you mean?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Tomorrow 3 more matches, and guys, tomorrow we will be on Samay's channel, and tomorrow will be the crucial moment. If India finishes first in their group, then we will face second team, like the team which finishes second in C group. But if India finishes second, then we will face the team which finishes first in C group. And pata hai which team will finish first in C group?
Russia.
So we have to be slightly careful. I mean, I know that we can be like ऐसे थोड़ा romantic kind of and be like Russia को quarter final में ही we will beat, but we can beat them in the finals.
Yeah,
no?
और
Why?
मजा आएगा ना, finals तक जाएंगे एकदम. Like
And
last year का वो co-winners थे ना, तो this time it will be even more the
Epic.
drama and epic.
Also, one big news is that China is who was supposed to be winning in the A group like comfortably has been relegated to the second spot by Kazakhstan. They beat China. Ding
Oh.
Liren tha, Wei tha, Zhu Wenjun, Ho Yifan. But the problem happened on the junior board on them. And China faces this problem time and again that their junior players sometimes don't fire.
Great.
So right now, guys, Hungary on second position with 9 points and France on third position with 8 points. So actually, it's a three-team race because Azerbaijan is down to 5 points. Actually, I never imagined Azerbaijan to play so, so like in this way. But Samay, it's very important to note that all of our players have given priority to this event.
Definitely.
They have not given any other things they are doing right now, no other tournaments they are playing, no other engagement that they have. They are all focused totally on the Olympiad. They are here in this bubble kind of a thing. Subah ko utke, practice, have food, whatever exercise. And while many teams have not been able to incentivize their players perhaps to even participate, like USA, for example. So I think full credit here goes to All India Chess Federation for bringing together all the players here, the top best players of India, and also to Microsense for, bringing them all at one place in Taj. I think it's really wonderful.
And also a special shout out to all the people who are working with the players, like Srinath is there. So many people are working.
Srinath is the guy who's always working like full time. Subako, even I see him, he's working. There's another person whom we have to mention, Abhijit Kunte, who is right now also one of the key elements of this team. And also Shyam Sundar. He doesn't have a designation here, but he's constantly working with the women players of our team, like Savita Shri, Vishali, Bhakti, Tanya. He's all the time working, and he's the team for World Teams Championship. And also, Samay, you will see in the background, there are always these engineers from Microsense walking around. Ki bhai, internet sab theek hai, they are completely here.
Sagar bhai, can we show the players because they've all arrived?
1 second.
Is it out?
Let me see if the pairing is out. Yes, we can show them. And the pairings are here. So, we have Vishi Anand playing right now. We have Hari Krishna, I believe, who's going to play. Or visit Vidit. Because Vidit ka laptop hai, uska wo mouse pad dekh rahe ho na aap? Are people able to see?
Yeah, Vidit is there, no? He's moving around, look.
I mean, no, that is
that's
Shyam
not Vidit.
Sundar. That is Shyam Sundar who is moving around. So Anand, 1 second, I'll check the pairing and tell you guys. So yes, Vidit is playing. Anand versus Alexandrov, Vidit versus Fedorov. Then
Vishi?
we have, sorry?
Chat was saying Vishi 2 brilliancies in this game. Is it true, chat?
In that game. Maybe we'll have to check. Alexandrov versus Anand, Fedorov versus Vidit, Tarasenka versus Tanya. So Tanya is back playing. She didn't play first 2 games today. Let's see how she plays, because yesterday she gave us a lot of heart attacks by, topsy-turvy games. So would be fun. Bhakti versus Norman Senia. So Humpy and Harika both have taken rest. And I think this is one of the things that India is doing very well. Nihal, who has been in tremendous form, has taken rest now and given charge to Praggnanandhaa. Ki bhai Praggnanandhaa, before the big days arrive, you also have to be in top form. So Prag is playing right now, and Vishali is playing against Zelyantsova Senia. I think interesting games would definitely be, all of them would be fun, but I would put special emphasis on Denis Lazavic versus Praggnanandhaa, and also Alexandro versus Vishi and Federo versus Vidit. These are going to be fun games to follow.
Games start in 7 minutes, guys. तो ले आइए आप अपने खाने की सामग्री और देखिए आखिरी मैच आज के दिन का.
Okay.
Prediction, Sagar bhai? I am saying 6-0.
थोड़ा ज्यादा है. Okay, let me think. 5-1.
5-1, okay.
Oh, 4.5, 1.5. I actually wanted to say 4.5, 1.5.
Done it. 5-1. Chat is saying 5-1, okay. I couldn't find the 2 brilliancies in one game. Maybe totally 2 brilliancies उन्होंने करी है आज, पता नहीं.
Can we just look at that Rajabu game or what?
Yeah, I did. I found one brilliancy, but that पता नहीं क्यों वो brilliancy like last में दिया हुआ है chess.com ने, if you see.
Sometimes it's very weird. Like the brilliancies are not brilliancies. It's just the
move.
best. It's like the move where there are no other good moves. So then it's their algorithm. Okay, that's a draw. Yeah. एक मिनट, Samay, I'll just be back.
बिल्कुल. बहुत मेहनत कर रहे हैं chat. Sagar Shah and Amruta, like even after the stream, they like Sagar is always working on some articles, something or the other. Amruta is shooting so many photos, so many videos. तो बहुत मेहनत कर रहे हैं. So definitely in the comments do have some appreciation for both of them working really hard and bringing this event to us. ये सारे कैमरा लगवाए हैं अमृता जी ने, 6 ट्राइपॉड कहीं से अरेंज कर रहे हैं. It's like if not for them, this event we wouldn't be able to see it like we are seeing it. And there we have, guys, your favorite Anish Giri is in the chat with us. Yo, Anish bhai, what up?
How are you, man?
All good, man. Now even feeling better to see you.
Congrats, man. So good match by your team.
Yeah. Can you stay for this match? This is the last match of the day.
I just heard Sagar leaving, so I thought I was surprised by, instead of Sagar coming back, I'm coming back.
So, AG, have you been following any matches like since yesterday of India?
To be very honest, it is so hard because there is group A, B, C, D, and I'm confused, but I am, of course, a big fan of chessbaseindia channel, so I watch there. So I know that Tanya is stealing sanitizer, and I'm up to date on all the games.
Sagar bhai, you're mute.
Yo, AG, welcome. Great to see you.
Sagar, good to see you. Very happy to see your room from this angle. I watched only the other angle on Instagram. This looks much nicer.
Yes. The other one is like there is a partition in the room. But Anish, where are you right now?
I'm home, but I'm traveling tomorrow to Russia. I have this tournament, right?
Oh, yes. Rapid tournament. And you are the top seed, I believe, there.
Possibly, yeah. But it's very strong, very strong Russians, especially in Rapid. They're all very, very good. It's going to be very tough. I'm looking forward to play over the board also.
Over the board, yeah, after a long time. What are your thoughts overall on, did you follow India-Azerbaijan match?
Oh, I followed. It's so great for you. Wait, open it. 1 second. It's so great for you because you have, whenever you look, there is a great player. You are like, let's now switch to, and there's Harika. Let's now switch to, there's Nihal, let's now switch. Whatever board you switch, it's only great players, only geniuses.
Yeah, but
it's just amazing. Wherever you look.
Nihal played very well, right? Last game.
But even those who don't play well, still they get away because they're such great players. Even, for example, Harika, she didn't play E5. I didn't understand why not E5 when she had king on E3. I mean, you have no move. Only move is E5. She didn't do it. But anyway, she got away, because then defensive skills are very good, and the opponent is also, of course. So it's very good when you have team. And basically, your opponents are fearing every single player. Yeah, they're also scary.
Yeah, I think, and also like right now, if you see, Nihal took rest, so Prag is playing, and I think the overall team is pretty good.
Yeah, I feel it's very smart what the captains are doing because. After such game like Nihal, he's already, of course, feeling great, yeah. And they're trying to make sure that every player is feeling best. That's, I think, very clever for sure. But as I said, you cannot go wrong. It's very hard to go wrong when you have like okay, you don't put Nihal, you put Prag. You're like, okay, come on. It's like It's like they would say, okay, no, Karpov is resting today. We put Kasparov. Okay, yeah, you can put Kasparov, Karpov. I mean, it doesn't matter. One
But-
genius after the other, yeah.
Yesterday, France gave a very good fight, even though we have such a strong team. Yeah, Sagar bhai?
Yes.
Of
3-3.
course. They will fight. But no, it's good to see that you guys are catching speed. I'm hoping, of course, to see your team in qualifiers, and this. I mean the qualifier after the qualifiers in the knockout stage.
And when
then
will
it
you
might
be
get
back,
tough.
Anish?
I'm
From
back
Russia?
on Monday. Monday, I'm flying back.
Monday is, guys, Monday is 13th. Oh, nice. So for semi-finals and finals, you will be back home.
Yeah, hopefully. Of course, it's this knockout stage is tricky because you have only one chance to make. You don't have a chance to make a mistake, right? If you one match, you lose, it's finished. So you have to be there focused. But I'm looking forward to follow. And also some strong teams. Yeah, China is so strong, right?
China has Wei, Ding Liren, Bu Xiangzi, Yu Yangyi, Zhu Wenjun, Ho Yifan. But as always, China's slight weakness is on the junior boards.
That is strange. Yeah, they should be also very strong. But I guess relatively to India, yeah, if you compare to Nihal and Prague, probably everybody is very weak.
No, but in Russia, not. In Russia, they have a strong guys, even on junior board. So,
but not as good as Indians, no? Not as good as Nihal and Prague. Murzin, I think.
No, they have Esipenko, who is.
Wait, Esipenko is a junior.
Yes, and they have.
Oh, that's not.
I think one more junior which they have.
Saranda maybe is not. He's not junior.
So Goryachkina and Katrina Lahno are their players there. Oh, they don't have. They have only one junior. So Esipenko has to play all the rounds.
Okay. But he's very good, yeah. I mean, as a junior, I thought he was men's board. I didn't realize he's junior.
So Esipenko beat Magnus Carlsen this year in classical chess in Tata Steel. So of course, one of the best there.
Yeah. But I still feel China is dangerous because they are also organizing the tournament. And the Chinese players, they don't get to travel at all to play anything. So they are like very hungry team, all these players, they were waiting all the year for this event. And they want to unleash their full potential, Mm-hmm. So it's like their only place where they can shine, their only stage. So I feel they're also very dangerous.
Right.
Okay. The same link for these games?
Yes, same link. And I think the games would have begun by now.
Okay, guys, I will watch your stream, Sagar, from the other side because it's much nicer. I get to see all your guys. And Samay B-sharp, yeah, you have to answer either bishop pair or active better development, but not the way around. Yeah, don't mix up.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Anish, thanks for tuning in. Bye.
Bye, Anish.
Oh, Samay may have to fix the. Oh no, not too much of work. Maybe Samay.
It's okay. The game has begun. Okay. We are currently seeing Vishi Anand sir versus Alexei Alexandrov.
Yes, Alexei Alexandrov, guys. I remember when I was studying. He has come to India several times. He is very, very well booked up when it comes to his openings. He plays the same lines with D4, like what he's done right now. And I remember that he was trained by the great Mark Dvoretsky when he was young. So his endgame skills are very good. And Vishi clearly prepared. Samay, what happens is these players here, like Vishi, Vidit, and the captains, they see ki opponent ke team mein who are the players. And they say, okay, Alexandrov is playing. Do you feel comfortable against his openings? What is your past score with him? And Vishi says, yeah, I have played with Alexandrov several times. Maybe I have done well. And then like that, they choose who will play. So it's very interesting. By the way, Alexandrov they've blitzed out their moves. This is known as the Karpov line in the Nimzo Indian. And knight to e5 is not the most common move. He's played it. Oh, by the way, it's a draw incoming. Draw. Ye drawish line hai. Kyun pata hai? Ye dekho. Knight takes d7. Queen takes d7. Bishop takes f6. G takes f6. Queen g4 check. And there is a draw there with a perpetual. Like you go king h7. There is some check somewhere. I know that this is a draw.
Oh, wow.
So Vishi is not at all. I mean, of course, if Alexandrov wants to play on, he can. It's not like a drawn position. But there is a drawish line here. I do remember that. Let's see if Alexandrov is motivated to fight the 5-time world champion, or he's like, okay, draw is enough, because Alexandrov has white. Let's go to Vidit's game.
There is nothing to lose for Belarus, right? Like Belarus, there's nothing to win for Belarus, right? Like even if they win, they're not qualifying yet, right?
Correct,
very difficult.
Correct.
So
no, I mean Belarus is right now
8th.
if we see our pool, yes, they are in 9th position. So right, then they have to fight it out.
So maybe
like,
Alexei will just play the best. He'll play his best game because he's gonna play against Vishi Anand. So he'll probably give him a good fight. Just
but
for the memory.
Alexandrov, I'll tell you, Samay, it all depends on the age as well. Like if Alexandrov was like a youngster, he would definitely do it. But Alexandrov's age is around 50 plus.
Oh.
So at that point, you have played really at a high level always, and that वो चीज चला जाता है life में, some motivation. By the way, with its game, very exciting. I know this. Let's have a look. So D4, knight F6, C4, G6, G3. You please tell me what is this called as G3? Because Vidit plays it again and yes, fianchetto variation of the King's Indian. King's Indian है ना, opponent ने G6 खेला है. If pawn was on E6 and D5, this would be Catalan. But pawn is on G6, BG7. So it's the fianchetto system, which Vidit is a big expert in. Castles, knight C3, D6, knight to F3, knight C6, castles, bishop F5. Now, bishop F5 idea is to play on knight to E4. So Vidit goes D5 and Fedorov plays knight A5. Now Vidit here plays B3, defending his pawn. But Fedorov says, hey Vidit, did you just forget that my bishop on G7 is looking at your rook on A1? Vidit says, okay, be my guest. He goes knight E4. And now it's pinned. So Vidit takes on E4. And now if you, by the way, if you take on A1, bishop A1 over here, I'm sure Vidit had something in mind over there. But usne baad, let's just check bishop A1. I think what Vidit would have done is something like knight D4 there. That should be theory. And Vidit would have prepared.
But
here.
bishop takes D4 then?
Kabhi. Bishop, after that,
after
bishop
knight
A1,
D4?
Knight D4, bishop D4, queen D4. And then what happens is your dark squares are weak. Bishop H6 is a threat. Knight on A5 is slightly misplaced.
Wow, bro, ऐसे भी खेलते हैं क्या लोग यार, एक piece देके एकदम change देके?
नहीं, exchange, हाँ. Because हमेशा याद रखो समय, अगर तुम खेल रहे हो and your opponent has a fianchetto bishop, sometimes it's worth the rook because you not only win the bishop, you also get weaknesses around the king.
Wow.
So here, but Fedorov said, I don't want to give my bishop now. What I'll do is I'll take on E4. Then the rook on A1 is trapped. Because rook on A1 can't go to B1. Nothing can come in between. Right? Because if you go knight D4, which is a possibility, then after bishop G2, king G2, C5, very strong move. D takes C6, knight takes C6, and this position is kind of equal. So Vidit here, after bishop E4, is thinking, but the strong move here, I think he's just recollecting his line. Let's have a look at his camera because we'll get a better idea as to what he's doing. He's just left, in online chess, I've realized if a player leaves his hand from the mouse, it means that they are trying to really focus. क्योंकि नहीं तो उनका move already ready है to play something.
Just here we can see Vishali ji and Bakti ji, they have their hand on the mouse, but Prag, Vidit, Tanya and Anand sir are all very focused with their hand away from the mouse.
Correct. Absolutely. So bishop E4, and right now Vidit is thinking, meanwhile Alexandrov has not yet made his move after knight BD7. Matlab, there is something ki draw karu ya na karu, he's thinking, he's still fighting that in his head. Let's go to quickly Tanya's game because it has moved ahead like anything. And what an opening Tanya has played. Can we go from the top?
Yes.
D4, knight F6, C4, E6. Once again, Nimzo. Today we are seeing so many Nimzo Indians, guys. Knight F3, B6, E3, bishop B7, BD3, knight E4.
Sir. कहाँ चले गए आप? Knight C3 पे थे हम, sir, third move पे.
हाँ, sorry. B6, knight F3, B6.
हाँ जी. E3, bishop B7, bishop D3, knight E4.
हाँ. Knight E4, queen C2, f5. Tanya is like, I'm going to cement my knight in the center. Castles. Knight takes c3. B takes c3, and she takes on f3. G takes f3. bd6. So Tanya is clearly putting her focus on the king side of the white king. E4 by her opponent. Queen h4. She wants to checkmate. E5. Bishop e7. King h1. So white is now trying to safeguard her king on h1 and put the rook on g1. Tanya goes.
Can we go for something like a g5, g4, rook g8 or some ideas like that? Or maybe even h5, g4, g5 and then g4?
It looks tempting, but the problem is that the rook on a8 and the knight on b8 are somehow out of the game. So you cannot win with just this two pieces there, queen and some pawns. So what Tanya is doing is, Tanya has suddenly shifted to some kind of a positional chess. She's like, ठीक है, मेरा attack शायद नहीं हो सकता है, then I'll now exchange the bishops. Rook g1, bishop c1, rook c1, and now castle incoming. But you know, Samay, a better move instead of rook g1 on move number 14 would have been bishop takes g5. Because bishop g5, queen g5, rook g1, queen h6, because you have to defend g7. There you have an extra tempo over here, rook g1, because after bishop c1, rook c1, now Tanya can castle, and she has a good position here because her opponent's bishop is limited.
Again, the question is, Sagar bhai, should we castle?
I think so. Otherwise, what?
Or should we just launch with g5?
I think the problem with g5 is like maybe something like queen d2.
Queen d2.
Yeah, and the point is your king on e8 is too weak, and somewhere d5 will come in the center, and your king will get exposed more than his king on h1. So that assessment has to be made.
If I were to play this at my rating level, I would just play g5, maybe think of long castling and then bring the rook somehow to g8 after knight c6, and then try to go h5, g4, things like that.
But the thing is, when you play even knight c6 and long castle, white has d5 and attack on the queen side. You know, so that understanding has to be there that your king is not safe on c8 completely. Okay, so Tanya seems to be doing pretty okay if she castles here, but if she decides to go the Samay route, which is not castling and going rook g8, g5, it can lead to insane complicated positions. Let's see what she comes up with. Let's go quickly now to the game of the other Indian female player, which is Bakti, because Bakti, look at what she did. I think, Samay, you should call Bakti on stream after the Olympiad and learn openings from her, because d4 and f6, bishop g5.
I am telling you, f6. She is way ahead of her time. She knows bishop pair doesn't exist. So she just gives up just to piss off everybody. Like, no, look, third move pe gaya bishop pair.
But she gives opponent doubled pawns. That is very important. She's not just giving up the bishop just like that. She's getting something in return. g3, and now bishop g2, e3, knight d7, knight e2, c6, c4, f5, castles, knight to f6, knight c3, rook e8, b4. Look at Bhakti now. Aisa hai na, Samay? It's like this. Chess is a game of teamwork. Bishop on g2 is looking at the diagonal on that. The pawn on b7 and c6 are saying, hey, we are not going to give you a good life. So bishop on g2 says to pawn on b2, यार थोड़ा हेल्प कर दे रहा है यार, मेरे को थोड़ा फ्यूचर चाहिए. तो pawn on b2 moves ahead, b4, b5, and improves the diagonal of the bishop.
Oh, tries to open this up.
d5, cd, cd, and now queen b3. And I love Bhakti's position because after bishop e6, knight f4, you can see one queen, knight, both the knights, bishop on g2, all angling on the d5 pawn. Beautiful. And I think already it's some pressure, you know, like for black, it's very difficult to hold this. So I think Bhakti is doing very well here. Okay, let's go to Prag's position. Prag's game. And we go with d4, knight f6, c4, g6, g3, c5. That was played. Knight f3, pawn takes, knight takes, and look at Prag's move.
H5.
Oh, Divya Deshmukh feels, yeah.
Yeah.
She's not here to play, but well, everyone's playing h5. If you have a pawn on g3 and the rook is on h8, h5, h4 is very natural. Knight f3, stopping h4, bg7, knight f3, bishop g2, castles, d5, cd, and now
Knight takes
played-
d5.
yeah, knight takes d5 over here. Just a second. Yeah, knight takes d5, a3, knight c6, queen c2 has been played, and we have this position on the board. I like Prag's chances because bishop e6, rook c8. He's just getting out all of his pieces very quickly, while white is going to struggle a bit. The most natural square for his knight is on c3, but the knight on d5 and bishop on g7 kind of stop it from coming there. So it's not easy how white should develop.
Okay, let's have a look at Vishi sir's game.
Yeah, let's look at Vishi. Oh, by the way, some moves, and Alexandrov. Let's go after move number 12, knight d7. He went bd3. He was like, I want to play on, but Vishi said, Alexandrov, you've forgotten, after knight e5, de, I'm going to play bishop c3, and it's a pin, right? On this. So if black takes back, pawn takes c3, Samay, what do you do?
If black takes this,
Sorry, white takes pawn takes c3 after bishop on move number 14 after bishop c3.
it's a pin.
15th
Oh,
move.
bishop e4 or what? No,
No,
sorry,
but then
sorry,
bishop then he
Then-
takes bishop f6.
Hmm.
No, okay, not a bad move.
नहीं bishop e4 को bishop takes e4 ना.
Queen d1.
हाँ.
Samay coming up with an interesting
Exactly.
Hey, it was
idea.
a good idea, kya, bishop e4?
Yeah, not a
No,
bad
it
one.
should-
I thought.
नहीं, I don't think it's a good
Maybe
idea,
just
but we
G5
don't
man.
know how it's a bad idea.
Sorry,
Maybe just g5.
no, not g5, not g5. Queen d5. Mate in one, Samay,
Oh, so you can't take it. Wow, what a way to defend this.
and then e5 is hanging. So that's why
So what was happening to Samay's move of bishop e4?
it's a decent move. Yeah,
Decent,
bishop
yeah.
e4, not a bad move,
It
Samay.
was.
Yeah.
I wanted to hear it's a horrible move. What are you doing, Samay? But
No, it was very good. So,
Samay's
by the
doing
way,
decent
He
moves.
took on c3
Mhm.
and Alexandro took on f6.
Intermediate, yeah.
हाँ.
So you have to take with the pawn.
You have to take, क्योंकि queen मर रहा है.
Correct.
So you take. And now
Queen.
queen g4,
Yeah.
king h8, and Alexandro is telling Vishi,
Oh,
shall we draw
Arey!
the game? Shall we
Bishop-
draw the game? ठीक है.
okay,
और-
I'll keep
Bye,
quiet.
bye.
And Vishi is
Oh
like,
my
no,
God.
sorry, Alexandro, bishop d2.
Exactly.
I
But he has seen f4. Wait, what I think
What kya?
Alexandra has seen after bishop d2, f4 is coming.
Oh,
ठीक है?
f4.
So here is the important move. What is happening?
Queen d4 check.
Exactly.
He plays it. He
King
plays it.
h1.
King h1. And now bishop f4. Just take the pawn.
Can he miss this simple?
Yeah. It's over. It's
Sagar
over.
bhai, can you please help me? What happened? Just queen h3 and simply the game is lost. Why?
Queen h3. The thing is, Alexandro thought, ठीक है, कि here, see, after queen g4, king h8, Alexandro realized that if I take the bishop on c3, he will take queen takes d3. Let's go back one more move. Before queen g4 check, 16th move, if now he would have taken b takes c3, ठीक है, in that position, then after just a move like f5, positionally, white is just busted. It's a very bad position for white. So Alexandro thought, before he gets in f5, let me give a check. Queen g4, king h8, queen h3.
And what Alexandra missed, Sagar, which I believe is bishop d2.
हाँ,
I
correct.
अच्छा कि
We
bishop
just
भाग गया
missed
वहां
it.
से. But now,
Yeah.
oh, अच्छा. Now I
Otherwise, it was a
understand.
perpetual. King g7, queen g4 check. वापस king
हाँ,
h8.
उनको perpetual चाहिए था.
Correct.
But Vishi said no perpetual, even check आ गया d4 पे. And I think Alexandro is right now thinking कि let's resign the game.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah. Wow. That's
So it was again
such
an intermezzo, right? That they
amazing-
missed Alexei, because now after
Yes,
queen h3, the plan was to take h6 with check.
correct.
But Bishop d2 protects h6.
It's not even an intermezzo, Samay, because the bishop only came and protected it. Matlab, it's a simple move, but kabhi you forget that bishop can go that way also, like on d2. So, very nicely done by Vishi. Let's go to Vidit's game and quickly check, because we were on move number 10 after bishop e4. Vidit went bishop e3. Fedorov said, okay, I don't want your rook because I know that dark squares will become weak. So he played c5, rook c1, a6. And now Vidit played bishop h3. Now, Samay, what is the idea of bishop h3? Remember, when the bishop is on g2, and now he played bishop h3. Can you explain why bishop h3?
Why bishop h3? I am thinking maybe this rook and this bishop will do something on the c8 square.
No.
Who doesn't want queen to come to d7?
No.
Because the bishop is bored on g2.
No.
Because he wants to give up the bishop pair advantage.
No. The thing is, bishop on e4 is being cornered up now. If you say white gets two moves, knight h4 and f3, bishop trap. Because that's why he's removed the bishop from g2. So no exchanges. And now Fedorov said, let me take on f3.
Yeah, now with
Yes,
that idea.
because he had to.
But after knight
Did he show you that?
knight
by the way?
h4, f3, bishop f5.
Knight f5.
Pawn. Oh, we
You
get
lose a pawn.
Pawn.
Okay.
Nice.
So bishop f3, e3. And now, guys, this position that you see on the board is just smooth for Vidit. He brings his
Wow,
bishop
what a
back
rook here.
first, bd2.
Uh-huh.
Then he goes queen c7. Then he plays rook e4. He gets his rook up. Then he plays queen e1. What a beautiful move.
Yeah, Sagar, the whole thing, if you look at it, bishop d2 was a key move, right? Just go to that point. Kyunki bishop d2 say what he did is he first allowed rook e4 wala thing. He put pressure on e7 point and then he vacated the e1 square for his queen. So bishop d2 was such a wonderful move and
I
it's
agree.
difficult. It's
I
not
agree.
at all easy.
And Vidit ne ye bhi soch liya that rook e4, queen e1 will put pressure on a5 knight and e7 pawn. Both.
Yeah, exactly. And also rook h4 ideas in the future.
Yeah. bc4.
Beautiful.
And now queen e1. And now Fedorov realized that if I go knight b7, Vidit will take on e7, then take on c4.
Mhm.
So he decided knight b3 sack.
P-sack.
Yes, and cb3. It's a very dangerous position because if you see, black has like a, b, c, 3 pawns.
Mhm.
But rook e7 came in, queen b6, and now have to be slightly careful as Vidit, but Vidit is winning. He plays bishop c3. Oh, but b2.
Rook b1, yeah.
Rook b1, bishop c3, queen
Queen
c3. Maybe queen b3. I think the right move here instead of bishop c3 was bishop a5, attacking the queen. But bishop c3 seems to be not a good move by Vidit, and the
But-
position will become complicated now.
No, but I don't understand that why bishop a5 and then black goes queen b5. Let's
Bishop
say.
f1. That's the point.
Then
attack
queen
the queen.
a4.
But queen a4, then maybe you will lose some material there. Maybe bishop a6.
Yeah, let us try to understand bishop a5 move
Okay, bishop a5, queen b5, correct?
Bishop f1.
Yeah.
Bishop f1,
or
Queen
bishop
a4,
d7. Okay.
rook
queen
e4. Or should I go? Yeah, let's go rook e4, attack the queen.
Queen a2. वो queen पे तो पूरा हल्ला
But
ही आ
queen
रहा है.
a2, now bishop c4. The
Oh.
white pieces are back and they have stopped the black pawns.
Vaibhav Kilgoni, thank you for such a big super chat, man.
Oh man, thank you. That's huge. Thank you, Vaibhav.
Yeah. Okay. So bishop a5. So bishop c3. Why is it bad? Now that's another question, because you are exchanging, like, when you're material up, you want to exchange pieces. I cannot say that you're too much material up because the pawns are very, very strong and advanced. Like the pawns are not backward when they are a composition. So why is it such a bad move?
Yeah,
Or it's not a bad move. It's not the best move. That's how we
Maybe-
can put it.
Maybe he had something better with which he could get advantage, but now it's equal. Matlab, he's not losing
Mhm.
because of that, but he could have won because of maybe some other move. That I
Yeah,
obviously
also,
can't find.
but right now, if you see the game position, Fedorov has come queen b3, and now what has happened is that the queenside pawns are potent. You know, they either after queen b3, rook b3, a5, a4, a3 is a threat, c4, c4, c3, c2 is a threat. So
Guys,
definitely.
big result has already come. Vishi Anand has completely beaten in 23 moves. His opponent
Wow.
Alexei Alexandrov has resigned at this position.
Amazing. Well played by Vishi Anand. Completely dominating performance by him. He's now just to finish that game. Samay, shall we look
Yes,
at
yes.
Anand's game?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Amazing.
After 19
That's the first
moves,
result, na? But
first.
for this round.
Yes. After 19 move, bishop f4, queen h4 was played. Anand played bishop e3, queen takes f6, king g8, no more checks, rook d1, bishop f2, king h1. And here he resigned because he saw that he has one trick, which is bishop h7 and win the queen. But Anand can simply move the queen away, queen g4, and that's over. So, Vishi, 1-0 to India. What a start.
Yeah.
So, one game we haven't seen is Vishali's game. Can we just quickly have a glimpse on that? Because I like Vishali's position right now. She's playing with white. She has nice position. She will play b3, stopping the knight coming to c4, and then eventually play
and then
f4.
eventually go for an attack.
F4,
That's
F5.
what she likes.
That's what she is born to do. Attacker. And Praggnanandhaa, we had seen the game, is still going on pretty strong. Rook e1.
You know, Sagar, yesterday I was talking to Praggnanandhaa and Vishali, and if you remember, there was one tactic with that pretty mate on f7, rook f7 check. Samay, I don't know if you remember, but I asked her, did you see that? And they had also missed it. And Praggnanandhaa, while his game was going on, for 1 second, he had seen that game, but even he missed it. So that was a very difficult tactic. But his brother sisters, they are, kind of staying in touch with what is happening.
That bishop h7 idea, no? Where
rook h7,
yes,
rook
rook
h7.
h7, rook
H6.
f7 check. So it was difficult. That's what we get to know.
yeah, it was very insane. And the idea to not take the queen but to give checkmate.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Samay, what a memory.
Oh, by the way, with
What happened?
Bhakti is totally winning right now.
Really?
Yeah,
Let's check
Bhakti
it
has
out.
a great position. She has an extra pawn on the board, plus a very good structure, plus the bishop pair is gone. So Bhakti better, clearly. That seems another. And Tanya has drawn her game. Another
with
result.
black. That's a good result.
Yeah, I
A
think her
decent
position
result,
was
we can
not
say.
great, because if you remember, she had a good position after. Oh, wait. Actually, she had great position after 15 move castle. Opponent went queen d2, knight c6, queen g5. I mean, exchanging queens is like positional suicide here. Because after queen takes g5, which Tanya did, very good. She took the queen, rook g5. Now, what Tanya had to do is play knight e7, knight g6, and angle at the f4 square. She didn't do that. She played rook ac8, f4, knight e7, rook g1, knight g6. She did it.
Like
Rook g3, rook f7, rook f3, knight h4. And I think Tanya decided practically that it was safer to draw the game. But I can tell you that black is the only one with all the chances in this position. There was no need to draw it right now, but seeing the match situation and seeing that Vishi had won, she decided to do this. But on the other game, Vidit Gujarati is under pressure, guys. Vidit is definitely feeling the heat because black pawns are coming at him. A5 is pushed. One question is that the bishop on f1 is saving c4. So Vidit goes with rook a7 and he has stopped the a pawn, and now the c pawn is also stopped. So what move should black play here?
Just double up.
Rook b8, but then rook takes a5 is hanging.
Can black go rook c8?
Yes,
So
rook
that idea
c8.
is one pawn
Very
stuck.
strong move, because after rook takes a5, you go c4. Idea is c3, c2.
Oh my god. So are we going to land up in a rook endgame with black having one extra pawn?
Possibly.
that would
Vidit
be
has to tread very carefully here. By the way, the score is 1.5 in India's favor right now.
And what is the roundup?
Okay, let's do a roundup. Vishi has won this game.
Yeah.
Tanya has drawn her game with black. Vidit seems to be under pressure, but can hold perhaps, if he plays accurately. Bhakti is totally crushing here. I'm sure she's going to win this. with her
Oh,
white
and look
pieces.
at the time. Her opponent has only 24 seconds and Bhakti has 7 minutes.
True,
Great,
true.
great difference.
And Praggnanandhaa position is around equal. So let's say, or maybe slightly better for Prag over there. And Vishali, I think also has a small edge. So Prag, Vishali, we can say equal.
No,
With it,
Vishali, let's consider it she'll convert.
possible. But I think this match is getting a little bit closer than anticipated because Vidit is under pressure. So let's go to Vidit's game and keep an eye on that. By the way, Fedorov did not play rook c8. He went rook b8. And now, Amruta, we can take on a5.
Yeah, you get an extra move because rook b8 has literally no idea. I
No.
believe.
There is an idea.
Rook c3. There
Rook
is an
c3,
idea.
rook c. Yeah, now we'll play rook c3. And
But
now
rook a2.
rook a2, rook c2.
It's a draw. Will they repeat that?
But rook a2, rook c2 ke baad, I don't see white how to draw. He'll have to.
You can go bishop.
Oh, bd3.
No, bd3 ko rook c1 check.
King g2. I'm not going to take. My bishop controls the rook. And now I'm threatening rook takes b2. So actually bd3, you have to go rook d2.
King f1. No, pehle bishop e4.
Bishop a6. Rook c2. Bishop d3. Oh, this is going to end in a draw.
Happening.
No, why bishop a6? Just go bishop e4. Try to win, na?
f5 is there.
Bishop d3?
Yeah, bishop d3. I think Vidit has only move. Because if Vidit does not play that, then next move black comes rook b3 and stops bd3. So that's the reason why Vidit has to play bd3 right now. Attack the rook and get his bishop there. Then rook d2 and then move the bishop away. Bishop a6.
And then rook b3 ko kya ho raha hai?
Oh, after that point,
After bishop.
then
A6.
maybe I have king f1, king e1. Let's check. Oh, he goes king g2. But now rook b3 is powerful. Just to prove the point, like bd3 instead of king g2, rook d2, bishop a6, rook b3, and then bishop c4. Rook b4, bishop a6. And somehow, if you don't do anything, then the white king is coming to f1 e1.
Okay. So now what is the difference as in the game? When
In
he
the
plays
game,
king g2, let's say, and
king
rook b3. Oh, he plays
c4. Oh, now bishop takes c4. With it will bishop takes c4, rook takes c4, rook b2.
Oh,
Rook endgame mein jao with pawn up.
simple.
Pawn up for Vidit. So it will be at least a draw. At least a draw. Wow. Great. That's a comeback. I think rook b3 would have been better, guys.
But again, Sagar, your rook b3 ko, matlab it's honestly this is a very difficult position to understand the intricacies. So rook b3 is something the opponent missed. He's a grandmaster, right?
Right.
So what is happening? Like you stopped bishop d3, but again, what are you going to do?
After that, maybe I'll try to improve my position a bit, get the king, because black is really tied up.
So to assess that, because nothing immediate and concrete is happening, to assess just stopping bishop d3 works, I believe was a tough decision.
I agree.
That's the reason he has missed it, in spite of having 5 minutes.
Right. And
okay, now we are very safe with it as 40 seconds which are just totally
so a safe hai. And
amazing,
now can we go
well
to
done, BD, well done.
The game of Vishali?
Yes.
And Vishali has just played her bishop to d4. I like the way that Senia Zeliantsova is fighting here. She's a WFM and she's giving it a tough fight to Vishali. Okay, it's equal. It's still not clear how she's going to attack. Vishali would love to play f4, but there is en passant. She also doesn't want to take on g4 because there is knight takes g4 check. So a little bit of confusion there, how to continue. Meanwhile, Praggnanandha's game, opponent has gone queen g5. And it's a position where Prag has an extra pawn. White also cannot win the pawn on b7 because there is rook b8 and then b2 is hanging. So king g7 has been played.
Idea
now
F6.
The threat. Yes, exactly. Threat is f6. How do you take care of that?
But f6, do we have rook e6?
But rook e6, fg5?
Rook, acha, haan. Got it.
We get an exchange. He takes on b7. Now if you play f6, then there is rook e6 because in the end a8 is also hanging. So right now Prag must think of rook b8, right? And I think Dennis has to play bishop e4.
So it's 1.5. What was correct?
Yeah, 1.5.
It's 0.5 and 1.5, right? Score.
Correct. Sminil Mahajan, thank you for your super chat. Since we did not have to buy tickets for this amazing broadcast, here it is: Amruta OP, Samay OP, and India OP.
Samruta.
Thank you. Samruta, Sagar, and Amruta. Oh, by the way, Bishop E4. Idea is F6 ko Queen takes G6 mar raha hai abhi. So have to.
So can you go Rook B2? No, Rook B2 ko there is a problem. What will you play, Samay?
Rook B2 ko problem.
Tough one. Yeah, it's not easy.
क्या problem है भाई? I don't know.
Bishop takes G6.
Bishop takes G6.
If
Deflection,
G6, then Rook
deflection.
E6.
Oh.
Oh, but Bishop G6. Can we go
No
F6?
intermediate.
Oh no, F6 ko Queen H5 is coming, and then there is Queen H7 problems.
Man,
Wow.
complicated, yeah.
I think Prag is created mess over here where he will have to be very careful about how he continues. It's very, very tricky now. Okay. Meanwhile, Vidit's position is equal, nothing much. Bhakti, on the other hand, has
Clearly
huge
winning.
number
What's
of-
the material advantage? 4 pawns up. Really?
yeah, huge advantage. And now, in
Cool.
order to just rub salt to the wounds, you play H4 and even close that side up completely.
Yeah, and then the 10 seconds.
Yeah, she does
will be
it.
over.
She's going to win this. So Bhakti has been very, very solid. She has scored 3 out of 3 here, like 2 में से 2 है, and this also she will win.
Let's look at the final mate. It's
The mate
happening.
in 8.
E7. Let's go. Queen 8 she played.
Queen G8, Rook C8 she will go.
Maybe she'll exchange.
No,
And
Rook
the
C8.
resign
Oh,
is
nice.
incoming.
यहाँ पे तो resigns.
Yeah,
there you go.
resigns. Bhakti Kulkarni
Well done,
has
Bhakti.
won. Well done, Bhakti. And
So
guys,
we have 2 wins already
Yeah.
and 1 draw. So 2.5.
we
How
need
many
one
games
more
are
point.
going?
One more point out of 3 games that are going. So Vidit is playing. That will most likely end in a draw.
Yeah.
But Vidit may try a bit. And oh, look at this. Prag is losing. Prag's opponent has Queen E7 check, King G8, and Queen takes D8.
How did it happen?
Just to go
From-
back, after Bishop E4 on move 24, Prag went Bishop H3 and opponent took on E7. Prag took on B2, which was a mistake. And after Queen takes G6, Bishop G6, Queen G6, there came a powerful strike by Dennis. Rook F7, beautiful move. Queen cannot take because it's pinned. So King takes F7, and now Queen E7, King G8, Queen takes D8. Praggnanandhaa is going to get checkmated here because after King G7, there is Rook E7. That's the only move to win. If
Yeah,
you
but-
give Queen D4, there is Queen F6. That saves the day. So Queen, he has to fight Rook E7.
So King H6,
Yes,
He
King
does, he
H6. He finds it, and now King H6, Queen H8.
King G5.
Okay, at the very
Rook
least,
is
I can take on B2, but there might be something
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, Queen F8, Amruta,
Eight
not
and two.
Queen H8. Queen F8. Oh, he fights Queen H8, which is also okay. But Queen F8 was mate.
Was-
Yeah, that was true. Because
very
King
good.
G5, Queen F4 mate.
Queen takes B2 now? Yeah, slowly.
ठीक
Okay,
है.
so this is lost. So then we need 1 out of 2, you are saying.
We
Oh my
yeah,
God.
we need 1 out of 2.
1 out of
So
2.
if we
Vidit
draw
का
both the
draw
games,
हुआ अगर, हाँ,
तो we are good, right? अगर हमने दोनों game draw कर लिए
तो वैशाली का game is important.
हाँ,
that
and
she
also
cannot
Vaishali is in
lose.
trouble. Vaishali is in trouble. Guys, look at
Oh
that.
my God, 15 seconds.
Vaishali is right now pawn down. So actually nothing is easy in such tournaments, guys. Even you have to fight for every point. Azerbaijan ke saath, we were very much under control, but against the team of Belarus, it's not been easy. Bishop C5, King G2, and now look at the pawns. 4 pawns on the queen side for black, and 2 pawns there, while white has 5 pawns. So pawn down.
So basically, I would say that this is opposite colored bishop. That's why it's a possibility
Draw
that
is
yeah, she will.
Oh,
hold.
good move. Good move. Rook D3. Guys, in opposite color bishops, you should strive to exchange the rooks. And look at Vaishali. She's like, Rook exchange karo. Otherwise, I'll pursue that. And Rook D3. And maybe Senia might think that, oh, draw against Vaishali is a good result. And she might agree to it. Or maybe not. She might look at other boards. But she has only 17 seconds. No time to check. She goes rook e8. If Vishali holds Vidit, most likely, Samay, can we quickly check what's up with Vidit?
Vidit has 24 seconds only.
Yeah, I don't know if Vidit can play for a win, but of course, can he take rook d5, king d5? That endgame might also be
takes. Yeah, that's a draw.
draw. King d5, king g4. No, g4. Oh, at g4. What's happening? What's happening? He
Why did he give g4? That makes the task very easy. Isn't that?
Yeah.
Okay, but I don't think Vidit can win. Practically, it's not really possible unless Black makes a huge blunder.
Rook d3 check.
Vaishali is losing. Vaishali is
Okay.
losing.
Vaishali is losing, really?
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh my god, Vaishali's opponent has that a pawn. Now let's stick with Vaishali because Vidit's game is going to end in a draw. And if Vaishali loses, then it will be 3-3. Put her pawn on c3. Rook 8.
Rook a1.
I get a feeling that Vaishali might be able to save this some way, some magical way, no? Don't you think?
Yes.
I really hope so. I really hope so. This one entire point will be very helpful to us.
Oh, bishop c2, a2.
Now a2, yeah?
Oh, a2. I think what Vaishali thought, a2, rook a1, and then bishop b3 is coming. But she had missed rook a3 there. King f3.
Not an easy position.
A2.
Oh, A2. King e3 ko queen ho raha hai. You can't.
No, but if I go rook a1, oh, she wants bishop c1. Bishop c1, but now bishop b3. Bishop b3. Oh, rook a3. Rook a3. And if you take bishop a2, there's bishop b2. Man, it's a complete mess there.
Too many pins.
Bishop b3, bishop b, rook a3 is important move for Black to find. If she doesn't find this, I think she will. That's the only move there for Black. But she's 18 seconds. Rook a3. Can Ksenia Zelyantsova find it? Or if she finds it. She finds it.
I thought she offered draw.
No.
Someone offered. Vidit drew.
Vidit drew. Okay. Bishop b2. Now rook e1.
Can you pin it? Rook d1.
Yes. Counter pin.
Yeah.
Rook a2, rook e2. Rook e2. Oh, this is counter pin. Let's see now. How will she unpin? 4
Guys,
pawns each.
One draw we require. Just this one draw, and we're getting the entire point.
Vidit has drawn, so 3-2 in India's favor, but Vaishali has to hold this somehow. She's a full piece down, but wo dekho, pin hai, pin.
Also 10 seconds, it's not easy because you are on the defending side.
I know, but also not easy for Ksenia Zelyantsova. What to play? If I was Black,
maybe your king.
I would be confused. Where to get, what to do?
H5.
She's playing king g7.
So she'll keep her king on f8 so that, yeah.
But Vaishali will put her rook on e2. She will not let the Black king go that side.
Yes.
Oh my god, is this some kind of a fortress?
Very interesting.
I hope so.
I think so. There is no...
King g3 back. Rook h2 she's
played.
King
e7.
Oh, but no, don't allow king e7. King e7 she will play. Oh, she doesn't want to give that pawn. Come back. Rook e2. Yes, she's got her rook back.
Draw.
She's already 2 times repeated, yeah?
No, keep your...
Oh, take it to bishop.
What's a free bishop? Why?
No, because she couldn't figure out a way. Now king e4. I think Vaishali is going to draw this and we'll win it.
Wow.
We'll win it against Belarus. Check king f5.
Let's still wait.
No. This is draw, Amruta.
Yeah, this is draw, but...
Rook d4, rook b5. Rook b5. Put the rook there. Yes, she's
and
done
that
it.
d5, one pawn is holding the 2 pawns. That is amazing. So one pawn she's down, but it is okay.
Yeah, totally, because so much activity.
Yes.
So much
That's
activity.
like the compensation, yeah.
And now rook a5, rook b5, khelte raho and draw.
Guys, in the camera, we can see a very emotional moment. Pragg is really dejected after this last game. You can see in the cam. It was very sad. And that's what sports is, guys.
And on the other hand, his sister is fighting hard, and I think Pragg is looking at Vaishali's game.
Yes.
He's like, will Vaishali hold this? And actually,
this rook e1, rook e2 idea, which he found as a defense, was amazing.
Yeah, Vaishali, good. By the way, right now, Black is now threatening rook c5 and that pawn endgame. So still have to be careful. Vaishali is down to 14 seconds. Can she go into that rook endgame?
What do you play here? Maybe rook a1, rook c5 ko rook d2.
Oh, rook a2, nice.
Don't go into that.
Because rook c5, but rook d2, c6. Because it will be a pin there, but king e4 back maybe.
Yeah, and your king is too active.
Right.
I don't think you have to worry much in this position.
Rook a5 back.
Even the opponent is worried when white's pieces are so active.
Okay, two. Guys, we are very, very close to beating Belarus. Of course, if we think about it, Azerbaijan, C6. Take it.
You have to, right? Forced.
Yeah, take it.
Now rook d2.
And now,
Go
yeah,
rook d2.
rook d2, yes.
Rook c5 check, king e4.
Rook d5.
Rook d5. Go rook d5.
Rook d4. Check, king e4. King f, rook a6, king d. अच्छा, वैशाली वो black king को पूरा पकड़ के रखा है. Can't move.
Go rook d5. Rook c6.
Rook d5.
Rook c6, king e4. Yeah, rook d4. Black rook is tied down for a defense, so there is no progress. Amazing.
Vaishali is so calm, and look at Prag there. He's still waiting.
It seems like he's also playing, that much focus he has watching the game of his sister, feeling so tensed. Everything depends on this one game.
Exactly, guys. Last game. And if India has 3-2 lead, if India draws this, we will win and most likely maintain our position on the top of the table. Draw!
We have won the match.
Draw!
Amazing. Well done, Vaishali.
Beauty, guys. India has won all the matches today.
Smile on Vaishali's face at the end was gold.
God.
And there you have also Prag.
Yeah, we can see both of
slightly
them.
happier.
Yeah, exactly.
Suddenly so much movement happening.
Oh, what a win for Team India there. We have Bhakti, Abhijit Kunte coming out. And Vidit there, really pleased because Vidit was also at some point under pressure. So I think great job. All the players now incoming. And look at Shyam Sundar there having a hand over Praggnanandhaa and cheering him up. That's the thing in this team. There is camaraderie. It's not only that we won. Even those who have lost, there is support for them and all of it. It's a very beautiful scene there, guys.
मजे आ गए. What a day, Sagar bhai. And we were expecting, very difficult match against Azerbaijan. But I'm glad that we won all the three. And right now we have cemented ourselves on top of the leaderboard. And I think tomorrow is going to be a very crucial day to decide if we are going to be playing against number 1 or against number 2.
Yes, exactly. Tomorrow also, Samay, we are going to face Hungary. And Hungary is hungry. They are not losing. They beat France 3.5, 2.5. So actually, Hungary versus India is going to be the clutch match to decide who comes out on top. Because right now, both India and Hungary on 11 match points.
Yeah.
But India has more game points, but it doesn't matter. At the end, match points are the key thing. Only if the match points are same, do we go to game points. So Hungary, India, बहुत मजा आएगा कल. It will be very exciting. There is also tomorrow we have other games, Slovenia and Moldova. These are the three teams we are going to play. I think Slovenia, Moldova are teams we can handle. But again, Belarus was also a team we could handle, Samay. But really great play by Belarusian team. They put a lot of pressure.
All right, guys. I think that was it. We'll thank our sponsors once more, Microsense Networks, AICF, who's conducted this amazing event, and of course, chessbaseindia, Sagar Shah, always getting us great content. Bhai, maze aa gaye.
Samay is, by the way, guys, he's handling all the OBS through the games. He's switching the cameras, everything. He's there on the ball. He has all the slides and all present. I mean, it's too good. And look at Amruta. She's shooting some kind of video there. Just to read a couple of super chats because they were pretty big, Samay, if it's okay.
Yeah, why not?
KP, thank you so much for your 1,000 rupees. Says India OP. Ramandeep Singh Thakur says India OP. Sandeep Roy says I've been following Prag all through summer and tweeted yesterday that he's not in good form. We need to play Nihal more on junior board. Yes, today he hasn't played well. Even he lost 2 games in this tournament. So clearly some thought has to be put there as to what Prag is doing wrong. But I'm sure he's capable enough to figure out. Raven X says just a call back. Opponent ka naam hai. By the way, Sagar bhai, I am in Chennai. एक meetup रख दो please. Samay तो बोल के भी नहीं आ रहा है. Maybe, who knows if Samay may fly down. Guys, we don't know. But if that happens, then we'll have a meetup for sure. Joy Datta says, really enjoying the vlogs and broadcasts. So good to see Sagar Amruta live from the venue and Samay adding the X factor. Amazing setup for players as well. Best wishes to team. Bring the title home this year also. Thank you, Joy, for that huge super chat. Ved Sahana Sagar bhai. Are yaar. Sam Roberts, Vidit kya chikra dikh raha hai. True. Absolutely. Guys, those were the super chats. And Samay, once again, thank you so much. Tomorrow at 4:15, we will have the match on Samay's channel. Please do follow it there. It will be decider for the league matches, and we'll end it with Microsense ad because they have been the sponsors of this event and supported Team India in a big way. So thank you, and we'll be playing their ad. Also, a big shout out to AICF as well. Thank you all for following these matches. Oh, Pranit, you have to go for workout. Oh,
Yeah, I have to go for a workout as well. यार थक जाता हूँ यार वर्कआउट करके.
अभी नाटक सब चालू.
Just once again, just playing the video, a very good video that we had shown you yesterday, guys. Up here, Ali. All right, chat.
Guys,
See you. Bye
and take care.
Take
Bye,
care.
Samay.
हाँ आप Zoom meeting end कर सकते हो. Just don't end the stream.